All right, I believe we are live. Thank you everyone for your patience, for the short delay in the opening. What do you want to call it? Opening ceremonies of the game today, the series. Carlos, will I be reacting to the football match? What football match is that? I guess that gives you your answer. I didn't even know there was a football match. I don't really follow football or soccer very much. I don't really follow any sports very much anymore, to be honest. We're doing the MBL Winchester round of 16 best of 7 today. Tonight, this morning, whatever time of day it is for you. We're just going to go right ahead and hit the play button. Lemmy, hello. Chris, hello. Let me know if it's finally live. I'm seeing on my end that it is not. It still says upcoming. Okay, never mind. Now I see that it's live. Anyway, we are back in the SAX, the Shen Cup. Round of 16 now. Whittled our way down from 32 epic players to 16. What's the iconic food of each civilization? Oh, that'll take a while. And tonight's series best of 7 is between MBL and Winchester. Game number 1 finds Winchester in the north position, or rather MBL, my bad, as the Vikings, and Winchester in the south as the Persians. Okay, 2 OG civilizations, 2 pretty damn powerful civilizations. And how's everyone doing tonight, or this afternoon, wherever you are? Let's take a look. It's always amazing how literally 2 minutes into a game, which is like a minute and a half real time, the players have already explored a huge chunk of the map. And let's take a look at that map, which, by the way, is a bit of a short rush distance. We'll see whether or not the cavalry civilization or the infantry slash archer civilization benefits from that. That has yet to be determined. Primary gold and stone for MBL, nice and secure to the back. He's got a few forests in the forward position. Berries annoyingly placed in the forward position. Both his extra gold piles are outside the safety of those forests in the forward position, and the secondary stone a little bit annoyingly placed off to the right, but to the rear he also has more forests, a relic, and a little bit of gold. Our Persian, pretty much an open base, even though he's got the north, east, south, and west forests. Primary gold a little exposed to the front with a forest in front, though not too terrible. Primary stone off to the left side. Secondary gold down to the bottom left. Tertiary gold, oh my goodness, look how annoyingly placed and how far away it is. And in the forward position, MBL's extra gold and Winchester's extra gold are literally hugging and kissing one another. Winchester to the rear also has extra wood, an extra relic, but no extra gold. His extra 4th gold, if you want to call it, is all the way up to the north. Sorry, I think my chat froze again. Zuil, good evening, good evening. Welcome to game number 1 of this best of 7 set between 2 pretty, I don't want to say up and coming or rising players, because they've been around for a while. But they are doing quite well. I am highly impressed with MBL. I really wish I could ask him. Maybe during one of his Twitch streams, I'll ask him if he's been watching the tapes. I'm curious to see if he gets housed, and if he does get housed, how many times. Other than that, let's have ourselves a good old-fashioned 1v1. Hopefully no naming issues. If you were here last night for the Rage Forest 4-on-4 with Team Hera and actually Team Winchester. So Winchester playing in a lot of games lately. I guess so is Hera. I guess so are all the major players. You'll have seen that we had a bit of naming issues on the right side of the screen. It either left all the 8 players blank, or it named them all Turs, or it named them all Jamjack. It's a very weird. I emailed Capture Age. Hopefully they know what the hell is going on and there's a fix for it. Richard, nice to catch you nice and early in game number 1. MBL's in a great phase of his career. I think so too. I think there's no way to go but up from here for MBL. I mean, we'll see how he performs during tournaments, but so far on the ranked ladder, which is my kind of bread and butter, he has been doing quite well. And I think he does have a little bit of a base advantage here. Both his primary resources to the back, 2 forests in the forward position, which is already started walling off. Zygos. Decent timing. Timing for who? The Viking or the Persian? Looks like MBL, the Viking, is going off up to the next stage off the back of 2 fewer villagers. Which tells me, what does it tell me? Does he have, yeah, they both have loom. Remember, Persian town centers do work a tiny bit quicker in the Dark Age. Oh, tonight is Canada versus Argentina. Who the hell do we think Hera is rooting for? Triple Dark Age rush here out of our Persian. But the barracks already has its flags up, some militia being trained for our Viking as well, and we are in feudal, so their infantry come with 20% more HP right now. That's why they have 48 to the 40 of purple, who already loses a militiaman. I love their death animation when their legs spread like man spreading here by the militia as he lies dead. Our Viking draws first blood at the roughly 9-minute mark of the game. This is the first time MBL is here. I feel like it is. His scout is basically dead. Anytime a villager wants to turn around and poke it, it will get a free kill, basically. Another group of militia batting each other around. Their funny little helmets and their billy clubs always remind me of the Gangs of New York fight, especially Bill the Butcher, Daniel Day-Lewis's character, who wears that cap or whatever it's called, that little tiny skin hat. And another kill here, 3 kills to none, and the scout says, okay, I'm getting the F out of here. I thought I had some friends along for the ride, but nah, they all got killed. And our Persian, interesting, a little bit of a conical triangle shaped wall off beginning here. Does not choose to extend it to the forest. That might be a little bit too far to defend, and so he's creating a funnel here on the left side. We'll see what he does on the right as MBL gobbles up a nice chunk of the map. But too little too late, question mark, as the scout should be able to at least delay the villager, which means he'll take a little bit of archer fire, but not expecting too much damage out of a single archer and a scout, especially now that a skirmisher is out. Well, the scout does have 22 HP, and if it closes on the skirmisher, we'll kill it. But MBL smartly staying next to his most powerful melee unit at the moment in this part of the world, which is the villager. And now he's pressing into the right side. So did he see the wall off on the left? He didn't. So this is just a lucky guess out of him to go right instead of left, although I should say east instead of west. So ooh, now the villager's kind of trapped in there. There is one skirmisher. Another villager comes out. What the hell do you think you're doing? As Winchester brings his entire army home, and his entire army, of course, being a single archer and a scout. And there we go. MBL scout. I'm surprised with 3 HP it even lasted all this time. And now it is MBL's turn to turn tail and run the hell away with the remainder of his little army. Literally one of everything. The only thing missing here is actually 2 things are missing: a scout and an archer unit, as these 3 units slowly waddle. But oh, look at this. Let's take a look at MBL's vision. He sees the scout in the forward position. Will he turn around into the welcoming arms of the archers? No, they've already pivoted north. So it looked like Winchester was trying to set up a little trap here. Unfortunately, he only had 1 scout, which is not exactly the scariest, especially when there is a spearman in here. Ooh, but MBL, not paying attention, wanders straight into the firing radius of these archers, and Winchester now takes the kill lead. No big surprise, the skirmisher survives. No big surprise, he's not going to survive very long. Oh, that is so sour. Oh, maybe one more javelin? No. That's so sour. The scout has literally 2 HP, although I don't think with 2 pierce armor that skirmisher could have killed him. Right now, there are no upgrades at all, and Skirmisher's base attack is pathetically low at a 2. So he would have done 1 damage. He still needed 2 volleys to kill that 1 scout. So I got a little excited over nothing. Jaguar paws at the foot of the archer. The archer says, "Leave my sandals alone. I just bought these." And shoots that Jaguar full of arrows. Now it looks like MBL has kind of created an interesting little wall off. He's expecting a raid from the north? Or is he just placing the units there because that's literally the last opening of his base? Hoping perhaps to hold the line here with a big fat 4x4 market. Emina, good evening to you as well. Thanks for joining. I wonder if Argentinian president is commuting with his dead dog on who would win. Corey, what? Explain, please. Is that something he did? Uh-oh. Skirmishers try to close on the archers. They're not paying attention as a bunch of scouts take a little bit of HP off them. Not the end of the world. But because he can run back into this blue squircle of safety, not really too much that Winchester's going to be able to accomplish here unless he wants to press in. Which, fun as it might be, would be an absolute death sentence for his army. 15 army count for Winchester to 12, 43 villagers to 39. No big surprise there again. The Persians able to pump out villagers a little bit quicker than normal. It's amazing how smooth the gameplay is these days, even with players from different continents. You mean like no lag and stuff, or the micro capabilities? Because if they're in Canada, the internet, as you guys all know, being veterans of my live stream by now, it's very plus minus, very on or off. No joke, Argentina's president is saying he dresses up as a supervillain and conducts seances with the ghost of his dead dog. Well, okay. I mean, okay. I don't know what to say to that. Yeah, true. The lack of lag does allow the micro. I think there are certain servers, right, where the players play. There's like a North American server, a European server. I'm not sure exactly how all of the mechanics behind the scenes work. All I know is that both players are heading up to the Castle Age. Our Persian is this time about half a minute behind his opponent, but no big deal. He's the one aggressing here. Is aggressing from the low ground a lot, though, which is not great for him. So does lose an archer. Might lose another one on the escape. No, never mind. Splits. Lack of botkin. Lack of, well, first of all, yeah, lack of botkin. Lack of ballistics in the feudal age also makes these feudal age fights so much more fun in terms of micro. When I started the channel, I wasn't really a big fan of feudal age, like everyone else. Skirmisher versus skirmisher, archer versus this, blah, blah, blah. But then I grew to really like feudal age because the armies are so weak, and yet the units are so valuable. You know, if you lose 5 archers in Imperial Age, doesn't really matter. If you lose 5 archers in the feudal age, a lot of players in the low to mid elos would pretty much resign. And so you need to babysit those units amazingly well. Better than Voobly, that's for sure. Oh my god, don't even get me started on like lag. I used to play this game in 1999, 2000, 2001, etc. Back when the internet was absolute dog shit. And so there was always lag. First of all, the graphics were much worse. And second of all, there was a lot of lag. Good time for us to look at what's going on. 2 extra TCs for our Viking, 2 extra TCs for our Persian. So on the one hand, you've got a town center on steroids. On the other hand, you've got an entire economy on steroids. Because remember, the Vikings get wheelbarrow and handcart for free. Coco Bungo, hi there. I recently discovered your channel and the quality food. Oh, the quality. Sorry, Coco Bungo. I thought you said the quality food. That just shows you where my mind is. The quality is mesmerizing. My best regards. Keep up the magnificent work. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoy. I'm glad you enjoy the quality of the casts and the videos and such. Coco Bungo, how did you discover the channel? Was it through shorts? Or just YouTube randomly recommended a video? Oh, David, we are checking you out. like a Age of Empires caster checks out a Domino's pizza with a salivating mouth. Deletes the knight instead of giving it to his opponent. And now our Viking is getting pressed into wheelbarrow, just now getting got for our Persian, who is down 2 villagers, now down 3 villagers. The last thing you want to be is down villagers against the Vikings in Castle Age. As a band of knights just hangs out here. Siege workshop on the high ground, not a terrible location for it. You played using LAN and it could crash the connection. Oh man, the good old days. You'd like to think that internet quality has gotten much better, but I speak only from the Canadian experience, and I can say that it definitely has not. Ooh, will the knights discover? If they were Frankish knights, by the way, they would have already seen the town center with the extra line of sight. They do now. MBL, react. Loses a villager. Oh, that is sour for him. I wonder why. Is he busy over here trying to micro against the knight? Monk, rather. He loses a knight. Oh, that is real sour, losing a villager and a knight for literally nothing. And our Persian is slowly creeping out onto the map, on the right side with a mobile creep, on the left side with a static creep. Jetty, hello and welcome yourself. Right as our Viking is getting crossbows. For me, it was a random YouTube recommendation, if I remember correctly. I started seeing shorts later. Okay, that's good. I'm always curious to see. I mean, YouTube has all the analytics and stuff like that, but I'm always curious to, I'm more of a grassroots kind of person to speak to the viewers. You have Bell and you've never had an issue? Well, that's probably why. My wife used to have Bell all the time. Then we switched to Rogers because we're in a, we live in one of those condos where the internet is part of the maintenance fees. So they give you internet basically for like half the price because it's in bulk. The entire building gets it. Unfortunately, it is Rogers, which I hate. And my wife, as I said, used to have Bell. It never had a single issue. And then we get Rogers, and half of my life is on the phone, holding for Rogers, trying to deal with their freaking issues. Para light cap to the north, para mangoes to the south. But our Viking is moving out with a few monks and a dozen crossbows. They will catch. Maybe. No ballistics for either player. Interestingly, our Persian, with only 1 cav archer, has Bodkin. That'll be interesting. Remember, Persians do get Parthian tactics in the Castle Age. So, are we going to get to see cav archers out of them in the Castle Age? Extra armor, extra attack bonus against these unfortunate pikemen, which he's going to need. Because remember, Viking units, again, infantry units do have 20% more damage. Oh, HP rather. I was hoping MBL would catch that monk. Otherwise, ooh. You have my condolences. Yeah, tell me about it. Jetty, the Persians do not get arbalesters. The Persians get crossbows. And they are absolutely fantastic. Another knight gets converted. The reason they're fantastic is because the Persians can turn them into a trash unit called, with an upgrade called Commanderan, that makes them only cost wood, which is absolutely crazy. So you can spam hundreds and hundreds of crossbows. Now the crossbows themselves are not incredible. If you take a look at the top right, you see they are missing bracer. Ballistics is getting got here for our Persian as a castle is being dropped by our Viking. Okay. We'll lame a little bit of the gold. Aside from that, not that critical infrastructure here. Nothing that can't not be rebuilt. Yeah, Coco Bongo, that just shows you. I thought of you. You read the word found as food. You discovered your channel watching commentary by Spirit of the Law. Oh, okay. And the Juan Perotti. I've never heard of Juan Perotti. I'm gonna look him up after this. MBL now gets his revenge. He's up to 12 villager kills. But knights on the low ground though. We'll see how many conversions MBL can get. Will he get his revenge? So far, so terrible. Oh my god, that was horrible. Not even a single conversion? That was atrocious. Now he's tiefing the stone of his opponent as his opponent masses his army here. Absolutely no Parthian tactics for them just yet. There's Thumb Ring for our Persian. Are you really going to try to compete against the Vikings in Castle Age? With, I guess in Castle Age is your best bet, because in Imperial Age with Boggs Vagar, I'm not too sure you're going to be able to compete missing Bracer. Let's see if MBL gets lucky here. No. He is just not having any luck right now. Monks move forward. Monks see Mango. Monks move back. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Another villager kill here for MBL, whose pikeman has literally no upgrades. And there it is. There's Parthian tactics in the Castle Age. Gotta love it. Knights attacking a house. Another castle being dropped here for our Viking, who is a minute away from Imperial. MBL's score is down. He's only down a dozen kills. He hasn't really lost that much infrastructure. Is it just scouting? So he hasn't seen the edges of the map. It's got to be just the scouting and a few extra kills, right? Because he looks like he's in an amazing position. He's killed 16 villagers. He's ahead 2 villagers. Our Persian still doesn't have handcart. And so as fast as the town centers do create villagers, once those villagers pop out, they are not as good as the Viking villagers. Bears, Beats, and Battlestar Galactica. There was recently a poll doc of the best TV shows of like the last 20 years or something. And I'm very happy to have seen the 2004 remake of Battlestar Galactica, because that is my probably top 5 favorite shows of all time. I was a little bit disappointed that Breaking Bad was #1. You guys know my opinion on Breaking Bad. But seeing Battlestar Galactica as, I think it was like number 16 or 17, if I'm not mistaken. I'm probably mistaken, but who's, whatever. Doesn't really matter. Oh my goodness, what an unfortunate demise for that one capture. Another castle? What the hell is MBL doing here? Oh, he's placing it now right here. You're not going to get that castle up. Are you kidding me? Half your army is all the way across the map. How the hell do you think you're going to get this castle up? I mean, that's just a cocky castle. You thought Pavarotti sang opera, not play AoE. Jonas, Pavarotti does none of those because he dead. But if you're saying that my voice is like Pavarotti, then I am very much humbled, and thank you, because Nessun Dorma by Pavarotti is literally the greatest operatic performance I have ever heard in my life. When he belts out Vincero, oh, I get goosebumps running down my body. That MBL RNG is shitting the bed. So let's see what's going on around the map. We've got a couple of knights. I mean, a knight trying to bust his way in. Oh my god, will the RNG kick in now? Oh my god, it actually does. He converts 2 of the knights, but one of them is weak as shit on the left side. An outpost is getting taken down. Persian castle is up. Remember, they have one of the coolest defense mechanism against the Vikings, which is the Citadel's upgrade. But the castle's being spit roasted from the north, from the south. Another Treb comes out. Another Treb comes out. Castle is shelling away at infrastructure, but our Persian already escaped to the far left of the map. Like a bug on the windshield. Chris, oh come on, 2 persons talking, extreme camera shaking. This is action. Battlestar Galactica is a joke. I think I know what meme you're referring to, if you're referring to a meme. I freaking love that Battlestar Galactica. Check out the song Alla Luce by Del Sol by Josh Groban. Perfect in every way. Okay, I will. I like Josh Groban. I loved his appearance on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. That was such a random appearance. Oh, double whammy as the bombard cannon absolutely flattens, but where 2 Trebs were dead to the south, there are still 2 Trebs to the north. It looks like the bombard cannon may... Oh my god, 2 HP. Run away, run away, run away, run away. And now it is the Viking castle that's under assault. How the hell did this castle stand? There's your high ground defense bonus, huh? What a fantastic display of that. And MBL has gutted the center of the Persian base, so our Persian has to go far afield if he wants to gather more resources. Banter, hello, hello. Oh, you got seasick watching the first season with the shaky cam? That's what made it. That's what made me love it. That and the storyline. I absolutely loved the shaky cam of all the battles. Down goes the monastery. Are there any blue monks en route? No, but there's a couple of berserkers. A couple of pair of crazy ginger berserkers are heading out. Upgrades. No attack, no armor. Why is our Viking who is... Oh no, he's housed. MBL is housed. Because he lost a castle. Another town center is going to go down. Infrastructure getting cleared up to the north. Does our Persian not see that there's crossbows here? Yeah, he sees them now. Yeah, these knights are not going to accomplish very much. But he loses a town center as our Persian loses a stable. Another Viking castle denied here. How many villager kills? Both players are ripping into one another, killing each other's villagers. And we've got Viking arbalesters, no Bogs Vagar, barely any armor upgrades, but it doesn't matter. These are basically Castle Age cavalry archers with the exception of Parthian tactics. Let me. Deep Space Nine was amazing. When I was a little kid and Deep Space Nine was on at 9 p.m. on a Saturday, one of my fondest memories, we would always have Friday night movie and pizza night with my parents and my brother. And there would be leftover pizza, or we'd get new pizza. But on Saturday night at 9 p.m., I would run to the basement where we had a TV. I would be on my own because my mom liked the original Star Trek with William Shatner, but aside from that, she didn't like any of the other series. And I would just sit and I would watch Commander Sisko and Odo. I would watch all of them, not understanding anything because I was like, I don't know what, 8 or 9 years old. But man, did I love Deep Space Nine. Never got into Babylon 5. Oh, Chris in the two people talking. Okay, I gotcha. Okay, this is gonna be very hard to cast this series if they're gonna keep doing these kinds of shenanigans where there's like 7 different areas of attack. I believe it was a blue light cavalry unit that was here like an hour ago patrolling, or a blue scout. Now it's a purple one. MBL's getting even more stonies, up to 2 castles. Our Persian just the one, and it is being bombarded yet again. I mean, how much stone has Winchester spent repairing this? Unfortunately, he does not have a Georgian on his team, and so it costs full price to repair this castle. Yeah, TV used to be awesome. Oh, David Hill, that is a hot take I do not agree with. Star Trek Voyager is my favorite of all the Star Treks. I've seen that front to back like 3 times, and I might watch it a 4th time. Berserkers are chasing villagers. I don't think they can catch up, right? 105, 97. No, they can, I guess. Just barely. And finally, after what seems like an eternity, the Persian center has been cracked yet again. But Viking castle also down. And let's see it. Castle Age Cav archers with Parthian tactics, barely any armor, are taking on... Now they're fully upgraded with Bogs Vagar, and now he's got keeps as well in the forward position. How many, or rather guard towers? So far no kills though. Can you count Star Wars as a series? Of course you can. It's just a movie series. All right, MBL. I mean, that was the writing was on the wall there. He just put on an absolute clinic of aggression, did our Viking. I loved the 2 castles here. I liked a little bit of hesitation when he put the 3rd one down, and then he was like, never mind, I'm gonna put it here. And then he saw the knights basically intercepted his villagers, and he was like, okay, never mind, I'm gonna put it here. But MBL absolutely gobbling up the entire map. Has he seen the Persian expansion to the south? Yeah, he has. So Winchester down 25 villagers, army count not great, stuck on basically what amounts to a Castle Age unit with no real Imperial Age upgrades aside from Parthian tactics, which just adds a little bit of armor. And there's not that many pikemen for them to snipe with their Spearman +4 attack bonus. And so Winchester taps out in game number 1, gives it to MBL. Although, again, perhaps a questionable GG. I don't know. Does he have any gold? He's got 4 villagers on gold. It's got to be this pile up here, right? No. Yeah, it's got to be, because I don't see any other gold. This pile is being mined and villagers lying dead next to it. This one is unmineable. And then I don't think there's any gold. I love that neither player took any relics except for Winchester. Once that monastery, he rebuilt it, but he didn't have, just now training a monk to get it. Okay. Arbalesters to cav archers, pike to light cav, berserkers to knights. I mean, the better, more powerful countering style unit goes to MBL, so no big surprise that he took this one. PKPM literally 1 second before the game ends. Wow, so he was microing his heart out. Winchester, in the beginning of the game. I didn't mind Star Trek Enterprise, but again, Voyager is my favorite. Captain Janeway will always have my heart. We've got trash resources going to the Persian, gold and stone going to our berserker, I was going to say, but no, that's not a civilization, the Vikings. 4 conversions apiece, 10 raisings to 24, and look at the kill count. 170 to 173, basically identical. Looks like our Persian lost a unit to wildlife. It looks like our Viking lost a unit to wildlife, but 20 extra villager kills. Even if you add the 20 back to Winchester's count, he's still down 6 villagers. So I think the lack of any kind of defensive structures here to the front is probably what precipitated the GG. Although, again, by the time... Arbalesters are not going to destroy buildings. So by the time you pack and unpack a treb, and then you attack here, then you pack it up again and unpack it, and then here and here and here and here, maybe the Persian could have gone Command Iran if he still had a castle up. And then all of a sudden you have 80 crossbows. But he didn't do it. I don't think we even got to see citadels in this matchup, right? There's Boggs Vagar, which sounds like a dragon from Game of Thrones. But in any event, game number 1 going to MBL. Let me load up game number 2. Sorry, guys, I will catch up with the chat. I'm just trying to figure out why the GG. Well, let's see. Voyager was mostly okay. It had some truly atrocious episode the year from now. It could have been a whole series. Look, I'll agree. It has some pretty bad episodes, but again, on the whole. Oh, Doc, you want me to swap the colors? Okay. What did we do last time when there was blue, purple? This time MBL is the Portuguese, Winchester as the Mayans. Okay. So pretty good archer civilization versus a pretty good gunpowder civilization. David Hill, you are absolutely right about that one good quality, by the way. Lee, hello. Andre, hello. Okay. Doc, that's funny. That's really funny. GG porque perdió el control del mapa. Yeah, that's also true. He did lose map control. Blue into orange. Is that what we did last time? Orange, purple, purple, orange. Okay, so blue, just a few clicks, becomes orange. All right, there we go. So let's take a look at what's going on in the Portuguese base. Primary gold to the rear, primary stone off to the side, maybe on the attack path, maybe not. A few additional resources off camera here to the left, and an extra pile of gold to the back. Nothing to the real rear of the base. Bit of a shield protective forest edge on the right side in the curve, but the left side of this settlement is completely open. And speaking of open, look at Winchester here. Ooh, mama, the whole front is open. Primary gold not secure at all. Primary stone off to the side. Extra gold to the rear. I mean, I would say he has extra wood to the back, but this is not mineable. It is not jackable at all. Unless you're like the Armenians or the Georgians, no one's gonna take this kind of patch of wood if they really didn't have to. This is like a desperation move. Extra stone and gold in the forward position, so Winchester's a little bit, I think, disadvantaged in terms of the base spawn. MBL at least has this one forest here in the front, but the rush distance not super short, not super long. Ooh, looks like the scout didn't know which deer to push. Follow along on the journey of these stubborn deer as I catch up in the chat. Purple orange is almost as iconic as blue red, is it? Okay, if you say so. Does Blood Drive count as a sci-fi series? I've never heard of Blood Drive. I thought I was like a cinephile and a person who knew enough about TV and movies, but sometimes you guys have these references that I have never heard of. Beautiful push into the deer. Sometimes you see the players take them when they're a little bit outside the TC. Not so for MBL. Let's see what other what are we working with this map? A couple of shorefish, actually a lot of shorefish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 random little lakes strewn about. Maybe not as iconic, but looks great. What civ do you prefer here? Personally, I'd like Cristiano Ronaldo, the Portuguese. I mean, you gotta favor the Portuguese in this matchup, right? The Mayans can put up an anti-infantry archer and a 100 HP eagle, whereas the Portuguese can field gunpowder, which even basic gunpowder is the bane of a meso civ, but this one has freaking ballistics and arquebus, and so I don't know. Organ guns to take out eagles, hand cannoneers to take out eagles. I think MBL here has the stronger civ, but never know. That being said, if Winchester puts on the kind of aggression that MBL was putting on last game, we'll see. I don't think this is like a clear example of like a civ win, for example. Although it is, I would agree that Portuguese is a little bit advantaged when it comes to not only base spawn, with the gold to the back, the forest in the front, and basically an extra patch of gold here to the rear, but also with the Portuguese. Now, the Portuguese, you have to get your butt up to those stages, right? It's not an early game. Arquebus is not a early game upgrade, whereas the Mayans do have a lot of features in the early to mid game. Their resources last 15% longer. They start with an extra villager. Their archers are cheaper and cheaper and cheaper as the game goes on. In 46 seconds, they're going to be 10% cheaper, then 20, then 30. It's a grindhouse exploitation series, the only one ever done in the genre. I don't know. Chris, I'll look it up afterwards. MBL has been playing well recently. I'm really curious to see how he does in this tournament and beyond this tournament, also in Wololo. I don't think he's in Rage Forest, is he? 53.54 advantage to the Portuguese above all map Elos according to AoE stats. Okay. I mean, that's not enough to say it's a 100% definitely guaranteed win, right? Okay. The scout has set up shop, has seen the archery range, although against the Mayans, you're like 90% sure there's going to be an archery range. Whether or not something comes out of it, who knows? But you're almost guaranteed to see an archery range. That being said, there is a feudal early castle, or maybe not even early castle, early to mid castle advantage if there's a huge eagle swarm. Because even knights from the Portuguese will have a bit of a difficult time taking on eagles with that +3 attack bonus, assuming Winchester can deny the stone. Because if he can't deny the stone, then the castle goes up, and once those organ guns come out with those attack bonuses, bad news bears for eagles. Yeah, I haven't seen MBL in the Rage Forest. Huge wall off for our Mayan. I mean, look at this. How are you going to defend? How are you going to defend here? He knows he can't defend, and so he's immediately putting up a secondary wall off of houses. Meanwhile, our Portuguese going double range and no wall off at all, which might be very problematic against the Eagle Warriors, but we'll see. For now, we're not seeing Eagle Warriors. For now, 12 minutes in, we are seeing an Eagle, 2 Spearmen, and an Archer. John Yang, suppity sup sup, my man. How goes? Yeah, gunpowder sieves are hard to bet against when they fight against the Mesos. The Yeti sounds good. Nice. Pretty brave of MBL to keep such an open map against the Mesos. I agree. I agree. It basically means this game needs to end for MBL in the first like 30 minutes. Otherwise, he's going to be in an absolute world of hurt. Looks like already a number of kills happening here to the left side of MBL's base as he advances with what I believe are skirmishers in the forward position. Yeah. MBL's got 3 skirmishers, 3 archers, a spearman, and a scout. Meanwhile, our Mayan is going those 10% cheaper archers, going up to 6 of them. So even 6 archers are going to be a little scary for some skirmishers to deal with. Oh, okay, we thought he was super brave. No, 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 he was just super lazy. And now he's walling this in. Ooh, tower push by our Portuguese to deny the wood. Interesting play. And like I said, there, aside from this one forest, this is not great. And so MBL might be onto something here if he can keep pushing. How many villagers? I mean, this is a lot of villagers. He must be committing. Yeah, 4 villagers on stone for him. He is committing to the tower push. Otherwise, you don't bring 6 whole villagers. I mean, the tower can only garrison 5. Yeah, banter. That was my point exactly. Like, if you look at it at the end of the game in Imperial Age, I can't imagine Portuguese lose this. But until Imperial Age, there is a lot of time for the Mayans, or really any Meso Civ, the Aztecs, the Incas, doesn't matter who, to really put on some decent amount of pressure. Especially Castle Age Eagles are pretty badass. They have bonuses against siege, against monks, against cavalry. Archer force is moving forward. Upgrades absolutely not for Winchester, who is now heading up to Castle Age. MBL may have stayed a little bit too long. Pardon me, my throat just dried up. It may have stayed a little bit too long in the feudal age. You think we're gonna get to see Imperial? Ooh, I don't know about the second location for a tower. I mean, I guess it does lame the gold now without needing to get Bodkin and Castle. Does Orange see? Yeah, of course he sees the creatures moving forward. What's he gonna do for now? He's not really reacting. Oh, this is why he brought the villagers, to try to bust in with melee. Houses in the Dark Age and in Feudal have negative melee armor, which makes villagers particularly badass against them. A third tower. MBL went right by the stone, and look at that. You know what this reminds me of, what MBL just did here? Oh my goodness, aside from killing a whole bunch of villagers, what MBL did here by moving past this stone, I'm assuming he moved past the stone. Oh no, never mind, he didn't see it. Never mind. I was gonna make an analogy that now makes absolutely no sense. Now he's gonna see it. And Winchester is now in Castle Age. We'll see squires. So no more archers for him. It is Eagle o'clock, baby. How many barracks? Only 2. Berries have been all picked. Tower lames the gold, but Winchester has gold to the rear. Okay, this is bye-bye for Winchester's army. Or maybe not. Actually, yeah, pretty much. Oh, they're working their way into a corner. Send some skirmishers south. Send them south, south, south. Cut them off. Okay, now, but maybe a little bit too late. Maybe a little bit too late. Pick them off one at a time. Okay. Winchester does the worst possible thing, which is to stop moving, but it looks like MBL was going to wall him in anyway. But I don't think he really cares about those archers. No upgrades whatsoever. They were 10% cheaper. So he got a nice little discount, bought them wholesale, and now he's getting arson. Oh, yeah, baby. Sorry, I don't mean to go, I don't mean to do a lot of babies, but that was about as juicy as an early Castle Age mangonel shot as you can get. And our Portuguese is committing to the feudal age. He thinks he can hold this off against eagles with palisade walls. I am not so sure. They are warriors. Look at their bonuses. Building 2, camel, we're not going to see. Cavalry, monk, siege. Oh, the brilliant stone gate. Diagonal construction out of MBL. Let's see how his tower push is going. Looks like this one tower is on fire. 1 kill for the tower, 0 and 0. So 375 stone, 105 wood. Basically spent to get 1 kill. Now the eagles are going to start taking away the archery ranges as well. Sorry guys, bear with me here. Sorry about that. I think I mean, I keep saying this over and over again that my chat froze, but I don't know what else to say. My chat froze. Now one of the towers is down. The villagers, the archers, they're all still here. But Winchester is not finding any kind of purchase here. He did take down the archery range, but great. Good for you. A little bit of wood from your opponent. You yourself have lost a decent amount of resources with this weird tower mono-directional attack. And now the eagles are going to slaughter everything else. So Winchester taking a 19-20 kill lead. And look at the kills. 10 of those are villagers. He knows. He knows what we've all been talking about for the last 25 minutes, is that he does not want to face this. He does not want to face this at all, and now he has no scout. Oh, but not enough surface area here for all the villagers to work on this castle. That's funny. He doesn't even know it's there because there is nothing that he has in this area, but a couple of eagles are moving south. I think Winchester lost the first mangonel to the light cav, but those towers, I believe, were not worth it. Okay, well, there you go. Oh, Ashika your ass all the way to the left. Come on. He's not going to see it. That is unfortunate. That is very unfortunate. Now are we going to get to see the delayed red phosphoru build? Hello? Hello? In the nick of time. Literally in the nick of time. I think he's going to need more than 2 villagers here. This is not going to hold very much. And there is the first organ gun being trained by MBL. Who is this open? No, this felled tree is part of it. Oh yeah, first of all, take everything I say with a grain of salt. I don't know any more or less about this game than anyone else, so I don't know if that tower push was really worth it or not. At the end of the day, MBL does have a castle. He's got an organ gun, which I thought fired on a bit of a narrower spread, but the chemtrails here tell us differently. Knights are also coming out. I think that is a big mistake unless he intends to raid with those knights. Not too sure knights are going to do very well against eagles. They are outnumbered significantly. So back home, Winchester adding a 3rd town center has one. That's so annoying. He has all these annoying little hills inside of his base that are kind of stopping him from placing town centers in a decent location. Although, to be fair, oh no, you can't even I was gonna say maybe one here, but you can't even place a town center here. I don't think you have a 4x4 area. And now MBL reveals that he's got the outpost. Might want to kill the outpost before he places the siege workshop. I mean, you're telegraphing to your opponent exactly what you're building here, which is not a great thing to do. Eagles have an opportunity. Not gonna lie, there's 13 here, there's 3 elsewhere. They have an opportunity to overwhelm this army with numbers, and the longer they wait, the worse it's going to get for Winchester. Oh yeah, Lemmy, the chemtrails are just absolutely... What a gorgeous aesthetic to add to the game as a pair of knights bust into the base. Let's see if they can get a mango or 2 before they get taken down. 2 more. What the hell let them in? A villager? Silly villager. You lose 2 mangonels for your inattention to detail. And now you see the Eagles have an opportunity, but now maybe not. 4 more. They get gunned down as they run away. Let's look at the organ gun attack bonuses. Infantry +2, ram 1, skirmisher 2. And now he's going to try to get some scouting with these knights as he busts his way into the forward portion of the base. But Mayan castle is up. Yeah, those 4 organ guns literally showed up at the last possible second. Decent attempted attack round there. The mangonel doesn't really do much. I think the town center probably got both kills. Yeah, it looks like it. And does Orange see the castle? No, he's gonna see the castle once the ram starts getting attacked. And the castle's on the high ground, by the way, which... I mean, look at the graphics. This little purple line is the murder hole line, and it's underneath the castle. How the hell are you supposed to know if there's even a... Which tells me there is a tile between this mill and the castle. I mean, come on, Age of Empires. I get it. It's a realistic thing. But I don't know. It seems a little weird to not be able to see tiles on a game that is very much a tile-dependent game. Zuil, GG for who? Both players have decent economies. Mayans are... I mean, sorry. Let me rephrase that. They have decent seesaws. Our Mayan has 30 more villagers. Our Portuguese has 17 more army count. So the longer the Mayan can stay alive, the better it is for him. Battering ram will fall, but it is on the move. David, right? That hill is so weird. Oh, okay, the battering ram is gone. There are 2 mangonels, though. There's a big old Portuguese army on the left. What's pushing into the center? A random knight, a villager not doing much. 2 relics for our Portuguese. And the Eagles are engaging yet again into an absolute hail of bullets. Ooh, that is an interesting castle. That is a desperation. Get the hell out of here, castle. Are we going to get to see plumes at all? No, we have 1. Feudal Age archer. Banter, I reckon this is amazing for our Mayan. Not long term, but in the next 10 minutes. I think he's got 10 minutes before our Portuguese clicks up to Imperial. Our Portuguese doesn't have any food, and with only 13 villagers on food, I don't think he's gonna be able to hit Imperial Age for a while, unless he buys and sells a whole bunch of resources. So I think our Mayan here has maybe 5 to 10 minutes where he can just absolutely go bonkers. Plumed archer may not be the way to do it, though. I mean, there's nothing here that you can use the plumed archer against. Oh yeah, skirmishers disperse. They are all gonna die. Better for Portuguese as they stack the gunpowder. I agree with that. SS-71, what is the counter for the organ gun? Generally siege, if you can micro it better. Very hard to micro siege against the unit that fires in a spread. But mostly just a lot of melee units, because their melee armor is just 2, base of a 2. But the organ gun in early Castle Age is nigh unstoppable. You have to sacrifice a lot of units to stop them, which is why the red Phosphoru build just hits so hard and works so damn well. He's gonna discover the castle, I think, for the first time. Loses a Eagle Warrior. Might lose a second Eagle Warrior. Nope. No ballistics. Oh, nah. This is why I said don't listen to anything I say. I said it's gonna be it's gonna be a while before our Portuguese can hit Imperial, and he clicks up to Imperial as well. But he is down half the villager population, so the better army here is for the Portuguese. Unfortunately, the ability to replenish army is going firmly to our Mayan because his economy is just so much bigger. So he can afford to lose Eagle Warrior after Eagle Warrior after Eagle Warrior, whereas if MBL loses even half this army, and look at its HP, it's down a third of its HP. And remember, you can't heal this with monks. If he even loses half of this army, it might be GG for him because he doesn't have the economy to replace it. I mean, I guess you can go Feitorías if you really want to. And by the way, SS71, hello, hello, and welcome. Kevin, nice to see you again. Yeah, Lemmy, that's the classic answer to the wise ass classical answer to all of it. How do you beat Persian war elephants? By not letting him get Persian war elephants. Ooh, but our Mayan isn't going up to Imperial Age as well. Look, one thing I will say about Eagles. Elite Eagle Warrior is the fastest infantry unit in the game. I believe 1.4 tiles movement per second. 1.43 if you want to get real specific about it. The range on this unit is not great, 7. And I do not think you can increase the range on this unit. I don't think there's an upgrade for that. And so when you move 1.4 tiles per second, and this unit fires every 3.5 seconds, basically means it gets 2 shots by the time the Eagle Warrior closes on it. And then after that, the Eagle Warrior absolutely eviscerates this unit because it does have siege armor. And yeah, we're going up to Elite Eagle Warrior. And Elite Eagle Warriors and all Eagle Warriors have attack bonuses against siege. And if they're Mayans, they have 100 freaking HP, potentially. So, on paper, Gunpowder will always beat out the Meso Civs, but of course in practice, if he can swarm this with maybe even, let's say, 15 to 20 Eagles, he will destroy this army. Maybe 25 to 30 now that there's 6 more being added. Isn't Shavansha the fastest one? Oh, you're thinking the Shrevamsha rider. That's in a different civ, and that's a that is a cavalry unit. I mean, when you send them in one at a time, of course. Okay, there's El Dorado. So I think Winchester might have an opportunity here to close in. Now that they're elite, look at the attack bonus against siege, +5. And the organ gun is not a tanky unit. It's got only 60 HP. This is why its shelf life drops off drastically. Very cocky placement for these 3 Feitorías right in the forward position. I mean, this is really cocky out of MBL. Villagers are trying to run here. They do not want to be left, or maybe they didn't try to run. Maybe they got evicted at the 480 mark. Oh, Chris, yeah, siege engineers, does that increase the range of the organ gun? I guess it does, right? Eagles are moving down on the right. Yeah, no, they do get siege engineers, the Portuguese. Eagles on the left, Eagles on the right. Now, Winchester might be ignoring everything I'm saying and just go for like 6 different fronts of attack like he's doing right now. Villagers, you see how quickly they close on this unit, and once they do, how long it takes it to die. So that's my fear here for the organ guns. If the Eagles can close on them, I mean, right now they're focusing on the villagers. If only Winchester knew he was ahead 90 freaking villagers, I don't think he would be prioritizing the villagers. And there you go, you see, the second they close, they absolutely wreck those organ guns. There's a pair over here that are getting swamped. And so again, on paper, organ guns should absolutely destroy Eagles, but in reality, because you can mass those Eagles like every Meso Civ can, yeah, I mean, the army count is 4 to 45. MBL is pretty much out of this game. Villager count, he's now down more than 100 villagers. I love the stream. You'll be like, I don't know a whole lot about this game. 5 minutes later, the unit moves 32 pixels. Oh, David, that's true. That is absolutely true. Yeah, okay, Winchester evens up the series. And like I said, when it comes to units like the ballista elephants, the Hussite wagon, organ guns, anything that's like really powerful, even Mamelukes, for example, that have maybe not the greatest range, you have to know the range and you have to know the attack speed. 7 tile range and 3.5 second attack speed. So the Eagle Warrior, yeah, 1.43. So the Eagle Warrior takes actually exactly 5 seconds to close in on an organ gun. 5 seconds is not even enough for the organ gun to fire twice. So you see, the Eagle can close in on the organ gun immediately. And then there's another full 1.5 seconds. Maybe 2 seconds before the organ gun can even fire again, if my math is correct, which it probably is not. Forward Fetorias is boss, but I'm assuming that's why he GG'd. If those Fetorias were here along the wall, maybe MBL would have stuck around a little bit longer, but now his castle's in jeopardy by a pair of Trebs and a third one en route, and now he's dealing with Eagle spam. Not fully upgraded, still a minute away from Blast Furnace, but it is what it is. All right, let's take a look at the stats. Sorry, guys. Whenever I go silent like that, I'm trying to read and catch up to the chat. Will you stand corrected? Welcome to my world. Welcome to me saying something and then immediately being proven wrong by the players themselves. 39 organ guns to 102. I mean, you have 2.5 times more Eagle Warriors. PKPM beginning, PKPM end. Okay. Not even going to look at the secondary, tertiary. I mean, this is surprisingly only 14,000 resources apart, given that look at the line difference in the lines. With our Mayan having 100 extra villagers and their resources lasting longer, I'm surprised it's not 62 and to 32 and not 46. Sorry, I'm surprised it's 46 and not 62 or 86 or something like that. All of the resources going to the mine with the exception of stone. Well, there you go. No conversions, raisings 12 to 7, it looks like. And let's take a look at the kill count. Probably the Portuguese has more kills, right? No, the Mayan actually has more kills. 50. Oh, okay, there you go. And this is why, ladies and gentlemen, you have to frickin' wall against the Meso Civs, because the last thing you want is a unit that costs 25 food and 50 gold, unless you're the Incas, and then it gets even cheaper. The last thing you want is this trash adjacent unit that has 100 HP raiding the hell out of your base. Organ guns are good when massed against other mass units, but they're slow, so the Portuguese rely too much on them. You can multi-attack. Exactly. Exactly. Banter, I thought he would maybe go that route when he had the multiple archery ranges here, but I guess he chose not to. All right, let's move on to game number 3. By the way, if you're watching this, if you like what you see, please do hit that like button. Help yours truly out with the YouTube algorithm. Oh, Winchester as the Saracens in purple. And MBL as the Ethiopians in orange. Okay. Foot archers with an attack bonus against the buildings. Fastest foot archers in the game. One of the most badass mounted units versus Shotel warriors and camels that take less damage from mounted units. And by the way, Ethiopian camels with royal heirs could be a very big problem for those Saracen camels. We'll see. I'm getting very much ahead of myself. For now, we are firmly in the Dark Age, and I forgot to set the player vision so we can see how these pro players like to scout their maps. Usually a bit of a strudel shape. Bit of a circular kind of vortex. Been a while since we've seen Ethiopians. Yeah, outside of the 4v4s. You know what? It's been a while seeing freaking royal heirs. Let's see that upgrade, and let's see camels here out of our Ethiopian. Because one of the big weaknesses of the Saracen build is camels. Or other camels, I should say. Not that the Saracens have very many weaknesses. Elephant goes down. All right, let's see. Primary gold for MBL to the rear. Primary stone very exposed to the front, as is extra gold. As is extra gold. And additional stone nice and secure to the back with another big juicy forest and a relic. Opening at the front completely exposes the berries, the stone, and this one random house. A couple of juicy forests off to the side, so not a terrible spawn except for this big open space. Our Saracen, 2 forests in the forward position, berries in the forward position, both resource patches primary off to the back, as is a nice forest. But extra gold and stone in their forward position, extra gold as well. So on the whole, Winchester with the better base. Forward position is a little bit more sheltered, has his primary stone nice and secured at the back. And his third gold is off to the side, whereas MBL has both his second and third gold in the forward position. Ethiopians and lemon bushes. I mean, you can't go wrong with that, right? You see Ethiopians off, it's your favorite restaurant? Gored. I can't say I'm a huge fan of Ethiopian food, but there are a few decent restaurants in Toronto. Been to 2 of them. Obviously, it like means nothing to anybody watching this. I've been to 2 of them, but yeah. If I'm gonna go any kind of outing food, it's always Indian in Toronto. Either that or sushi buffets. Sushi buffets, Korean grill houses, Indian food, pizza, junk food, Mediterranean, Greek, Persian. I just completely listed like 100 different types of food when I said I'm not too specific or this. Alec, the Saracen market is so empowering. It absolutely is. I don't like when people call it abuse. You know what? It's a Civ feature. It's a Civ bonus. Having a 5% market trading fee. It's not abuse. It's like saying the Khmer fast castle is castle age abuse. It's a feature of the game. Learn to live with it. Learn to counter it. Learn to deal with it. Oh yeah, that does sound delicious, Chris. I love. What's the name of the spongy bread that the that Ethiopian restaurants have? I forget the name of it. I always forget the name of it. But I do like that spongy bread. Somebody write the name. I hate that I can't Google it right now. Injera, right. Ski, I mean, nice to see you. With the clutch intro. Look at that. What a boss way to enter the chat. Answering the question. David, are you talking about the roast you were preparing for 12 hours? Cheese naan. No. Ethiopians win this matchup 56.53% of the time across all maps and Elos. Damn. Some of us like to be abused. I am definitely one of those people. First kill of the game going to the Ethiopians. Every spicy food festival, every hot sauce on the planet, I own it. I have an entire cabinet. You know what? I'm going to take a picture and put it on Discord. I have an entire cabinet of the hottest sauces and the spiciest sauces. AC Dragon Rider. Dude, Doc, you've struck a nerve here with the cheese naan. I haven't had cheese naan. I'm a garlic naan kind of guy. Days ago, you bought a big ham and froze it. Today, you slow cooked it. Oh yeah, David, you told us yesterday. Bit of water, a pound of brown sugar. Ooh, hoo, hoo. Yeah, Chris, I was more talking about the spicy chili oil you were referring to. AC Dragon Rider, you're on the treadmill right now. Please, get the hell out of the chat. Just take yourself and get the hell out of my chat room. We don't like treadmills here. Super Jen. Nice to see you. Hopefully you're doing well. As both players kind of staying at home. Looks like MBL with a weaker scout going to pull the Hera maneuver, where you send your weaker scout out to scout. The rest of the map is walling off the rear. I don't know why pro players do this, where they create a wall off and then the last 1 or 2 tiles is like a little artistic flourish. Like when you write, you know, you sign your signature at the end, you do a little maneuver with your hand and you go whoop. I don't know why they do this. Why not just extend it, keep extending it straight into the ether. Food hour. You like the fact that they let you eat with your fingers. Used to install siding, we'd have to use our saliva on our fingers to wipe the cock. It was interesting with my fingers tasting like that. Yeah, that's one of my favorite parts about Ethiopian cuisine in restaurants, is that you just get to shove your hands right into it. Weebra, how you doing? 15 bean soup and toasted ham Sammy. So your strong stomach is quite happy. That does sound pretty delicious. Although 15 bean soup is not something I would ever eat before going on a multi-hour live stream. Unless I could, like, mute the microphone a bunch. Melanchi, eating sugar and meat together is the best. You never had, like, a Coca-Cola with a pepperoni pizza slice? AC Dragon, I have been to medieval times in Florida and in Toronto. Yeah, and you're right. They give you that big piece of chicken to eat with your hands. I thought you were on scouting duty. What the hell are you doing back here in the middle of the map? I talked such a big game on you, Mr. Scout, that you were pulling the Hera maneuver. Our Saracen moves forward with no fewer than 6 scout units. By the way, he has not even explored where his opponent is. Vinchester playing it real cool. Meatloaf and mashed potatoes. Anything in mashed potatoes is a big W in my books. And by the way, hello, annoying critic. This is not the first time we're catching you live, is it? Bangers and mash, as the British would say. I don't know why I did that absolutely atrocious expression. You Eastern Europeaners only eat meat with salt. Sugar is for sweets. All right, fair enough. Super Jen, I used to buy chipotle beans in the can, the Heinz chipotle beans, and I would eat 3 cans a night. Possibly no, what am I trying to say here? No, may or may not have been in a various state of inebriation when I ate 3 cans of beans. But they were chipotle beans, and they were freaking delicious. By the way, nice little scout maneuver there to deke around the spearman and get that one weak scout that, again, hey man, I told you to go on scout duty. You didn't listen, and now you are dead. You are feeding the worms on Arabia. But then there was a recall on those Heinz chipotle beans, and I never saw them again. Hung Solo. We are doing quite well. In the beginning of game number 3. Oh, Chris, that is really cool. I miss traveling in Europe, especially in Italy. Frickin' COVID, man. You think the artistic flourish, that's the word I was looking for. Thank you, Lemmy, is just a consequence of building. I agree. I think they're just dragging their mouse and just like releasing it super quickly. But of course, I mean, if I had nothing to complain about, would I even have a YouTube channel? Oh, one second, AC Dragon Rider. You have failed me for the last time. Was that a good James Earl Jones impression? You have failed me for the last time. James Earl Jones has a weird accent. It's like kind of British, kind of American. It's hard to do. Hung Solo, say hi to your son. Right back. I'm glad he likes the game and the uploads. That's awesome to hear. Yes, David, the Tree of Woe. That's what I was looking for during that video. The Tree of frickin' Woe. And then he gets discovered by the archer friend of his, that thief. Yes, thank you. I completely forgot that I had forgotten that. In any event, our Saracen is out with a bunch of Castle Age units, but there are some Ethiopian pikes. Remember, hard to engage into the Ethiopians in early Castle Age because they get the pikeman upgrade free and automatic. No need to spend 300 resources, no need to upgrade, no need to wait, but Mangonel Shot is pretty damn good against these units. Second TC going up for our Ethiopian. I heard a lion roar. It is roaring against the Saracens. Weird for the Saracens to go knights right now, since they cap out at knights. There's nothing better for them on that mounted horse. And their camels do come with 25% more HP. But I guess if you're trying to take down crossbows and pikemen, knight is a lot better than camels. Greece or Spain? Of those two, no offense to anyone in the chat, I would recommend Greece. Richard, it was a good impression. Thank you. Thank you. The power of steel. What does he say? No, he doesn't say the power of steel. James Earl Jones and Conan says the power of flesh. Anyway, I'm going to stop with the impressions. This is not impressions of empires. There's two more crossbows bite the dust here. I will say on this map, it's a little hard to see the orange color. Now I'm having difficulty seeing as our Saracen plops down yet another town center. Bear with me, I'm going to just refresh my chat. Okay. I mean, I like that our Ethiopian is adding mangonels. Not an uncommon part of the gameplay, but with torsion engines available later on, if you can keep any of these mangonels alive, which is not really easy to do, then they become just exponentially better. He's doing quite well with the mangonels. No, I'm going to leave it as orange. That's fine. But our Saracens now attacking on the other side of the map, trying to bust in through a stable, literally attacking the horse's ass as a pair of crossbows now, rather a crossbow comes out. I like that he's basically threatening with one here to the front while these two continue to pummel these stables. Oh, hey, crossbows, where are you going? Where the hell do those crossbows think they were going? Is he training another one? Yeah, he is. I kind of like that strategy of one to the front and then two destroying the infrastructure. Ooh. Winchester thought he was going left. MBL went south instead. And here come the knights. Ooh. The scout wanted to play with the big boys. He effed around and he found out real quick. Couple of pikemen. Why are you not attacking? You're not going to make it home alive. Might as well just take off some HP from your opposing units. So we've got the fastest firing foot archer in the game. Not quite yet, but in potential. Taking on a camel civilization that is training knights. They move in. Will MBL get a better RNG result? No. I mean, at this point, with the level of success that MBL is having with his monks, I would tell him do not go to the casino. If this is your luck with RNG... Oh, actually, wait a second. Did he convert one? No, this is his own knight. The Saracen knights have 2 armor. I thought for a second he actually managed to convert one outside of my vision, but no, he did not. All right, knights have pivoted to the top. Ooh, they're not paying attention. They're not paying attention. One dies, the other absconds. Ethiopian camel makes a brief appearance. Another one is going to pop out. Don't really need attack upgrades on these guys. They're relying on their +9 attack bonus. But might want to start getting some armor if this is the route you're going to go. Although now that those two are dead, no more for you. Is this actually walled in? I'm not too sure. Orange has pivoted to the north now. He's taking down markets, which against the Saracens is not that big of a get. There's a reason Winchester's not even bothering to repair this. It costs 75 wood for the Saracens to plop down a market. Decoy camels. I mean, again, with the Royal Heirs upgrade, those camels can be pretty hard to deal with. Another stable to the rear. He does not want our Ethiopian to discover this, as our Ethiopian begins losing a few too many units here, although MBL does have double the army count of his opponent. He's also ahead a couple of villagers. Winchester is housed at 80 all of a sudden. Is he building any houses? Just now to the south they're starting to build houses. That is very sour in the middle of a battle to start getting housed. Oh, MBL kills his own pikeman. One kill, one friendly fire. And an outside external TC for our Ethiopian. He thinks he can keep on the pressure here. He might be right with 18 more army count than his opponent. Dum 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 dum. Oh, what a missed opportunity for MBL. What an absolute missed opportunity for him. But he'll oh, no, no, no. I love that it took literally 3 mangonels to kill that one, whereas just one proper shot 10 seconds ago would have done the job. An extra town center for our Saracen off to the eastern part of his settlement, nice and far from the battle. He is anticipating perhaps getting this town center pushed into. I love the use of outposts here in the forward portion of the attack. But where the hell are these Saracen knights going? Houses, okay. No relic in the monastery, so it's not exactly the toughest of targets. Can these knights actually take on this army? I think they might be able to. 6 pikemen will die very quickly. The crossbows are out of position. There's a pair of mangonels. Yeah, he's gonna pounce on it. Yeah, the pikemen die immediately. And now all of a sudden there's way too many knights. Army count lead evaporating for our Ethiopian. Loses all of his mangonels. He's stuck with a bunch of crossbows. They're gonna try to insert themselves into some kind of corner here maybe. And that is all she wrote. That is all she wrote for the aggression from our Ethiopian right now as the last crossbow falls. Cowardly Lion joins in on the attack as well, and our Saracen has secured his base. Outpost is getting taken down. The power of the night. Am I interacting with YouTube or Twitch now? Oh, Bizarre Thoughts. Nice to catch you during a live stream. I am only on YouTube at the moment. Winchester was very patient there, and the attack was just about as perfectly timed as you can have. The knights moved into the north. The pikemen got distracted. The mangonel and the knights moved here to take out the crossbows and the, I guess, one mangonel that was left. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, God, what a... You think you're chasing into a mangonel instead a big fat castle goes right up in your face, and our Saracen is en route to the Imperial Age. MBL has no resources whatsoever, but our Saracen, what is he going to do in Imperial? He can't go knights anymore. That would be silly. That was a gorgeous attack. That I'm definitely making a short out of that battle there. Definitely making a short. That was an absolute masterclass. I mean, if you want to study military maneuvers and such, that was pretty much as epic as you're gonna get. I'm gonna write game 3 Winchester attack. I'm making a couple little notes here for my future shorts. Looks like our Saracen has managed to get a villager kill. Actually, 2 villager kills. Orange does see that knight there, so a pretty cocky move from MBL to send his lumberjacks back. A flanking castle to the right as well, so our Saracen is slowly securing his base. A minute away from Imperial handcart fletching. Is he gonna go Arbalesters? That would be pretty ballsy to go up against the Ethiopians, and the Ethiopian, by the way, is housed yet again. And I don't see a house under construction for him. Oh no. Oh, I mean, he's housed right until he starts losing villagers. Yeah, it is gonna be Arbalesters for our Saracen. Now with the Bamaristan upgrade, Arbalesters basically are invincible and immortal. Who's kidding who? If they can get healed automatically and passively, what an annoying place to wedge in a couple of crossbows. Although a one mangonel shot could absolutely wreck that. Camels don't really know what to do here. Okay, MBL is also en route to Imperial, but he is still 2.5 minutes away. Bodkin getting got here for our Saracen, who has no gold. And only 7 villagers on gold. Okay, you're gonna need a bit more than that if you want to transition into Arbalests. Oh, emergency tower going up to try to stop this army. I don't even know. I mean, this army can't really push in unless they go this route to the south, because there's a castle here. But I guess, okay, the tower is enough to shoo them away. Look at that. Treb is coming out as well, but this Ethiopian castle, look at that high ground. Look at that massive elevation advantage that it has. And all of a sudden, the map has gone deathly quiet. Both players, I love it, putting down outposts. Purple is going to put down a mining camp. Orange is going to see it immediately. Oh, yeah, okay, so he already sees the villager moving out, and Winchester's going to get sniped there. Let's see what he's doing to defend this castle. Oh, no. So in game number 1, MBL, our Viking, was pounding a high ground castle. Now it's Winchester's turn to pound a high ground castle. And it's already back. It's already back up to 4,800 HP. And MBL has so much stone in the middle of repairing one. He's building another. Villager dead. Mining camp canceled. Outpost under attack. Oh no, 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 no. Mamelukes do not have attack bonuses against camels. They do not have attack bonuses against camels. But the camels sure as shit have an attack bonus against Mamelukes. What is it? +7? +5. Oh yeah, here we go. The Shotels are going to try to snipe the Trebs. Look at the maneuvering. Serpentine, serpentine, serpentine. Oh, the Trebs are going to fall so freaking fast. It's so annoying that they're behind the castle so we can't see, but there's villagers repairing. What a beautiful save out of Winchester. What a beautiful save against Winchester. Yeah, Trebs on this hill are gonna absolutely. Doc, you channeled it. You manifested it into existence. Chris, yeah, camels have attack bonuses against other camels, if that's your question. The camels are fast, but their move animation is just them walking? Interesting. I've never noticed that. I guess, yeah, you're right. Hut, 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 hut. Oh man, ranged melee misses so much. What an annoying feature of ranged melee. Sorry, I sneezed. Like I said, I think one of the future unique technologies is going to have to be ballistics for ranged melee, because they just missed all the time. Yeah, that Shotel army melted primarily because Shotel warriors have very low HP. They are a glass cannon, the very definition of a glass cannon. They hit so hard, but they are so weak. Mameluke camel looks like wild camel, stronger than generic ones. Yeah, and plus they have nice man purses that they're carrying. Our Saracen is transitioning to Hussars, maybe? I like that Winchester rushed up to Imperial Age, and now, just now, he's getting Castle Age upgrades. He's stuck on crossbow, now he's getting light cavalry. He doesn't have the gold for Arbalesters or Hussars. Chris, I know you hate that animation. Oh, he stopped repairing. He's only got 41 stone. So I guess he figures he can take the gold while he's at it. Saracen Trebs have been pushed back. He's only got 1. There's 2 bombard cannons, 3 Trebs. Yeah, miss mechanics are really sucky, especially with ranged melee, which is not supposed to technically have that. Oh, he pivots immediately. This is a very exposed trebuchet. If purple sees it, purple sees it, purple does see it. Fully armored are these light cavalry units. Is he going to go after the BBC? No, he's going after villagers. And there's the Arbalester upgrade with 18 crossbows. So we're finally going to get to see an Imperial Age army. Yeah, the Saracen market. But like I said, because it only costs 75 wood, not exactly a huge loss here. Oh yeah, our Ethiopian is going to be salivating over this. He's going to say, hey, you want to compete with me for Arbalesters? Let me teach you why you don't want to compete with the Ethiopian against Arbalesters. Yeah, he's 40 seconds away as well. And I believe I did see him already get thumb ring. 1.4 second firing delay. David, it was nice and hot here too, and I loved it. I am very much a heat person. Okay. Light cavalry meat shield takes on pikeman meat shield as arbalests move forward. Crossbows in 1 second are now arbalesters as well. Attack speed still 1.4 seconds to the 1.7. Yeah. Another treb falls. Another treb should fall. I mean, look at the attack. Look at the attack out of orange. It's so damn fast. There are a couple of Shotel warriors being trained. 148 villagers to 132. So while the resources still exist out on the map, we're going to get to see some pretty big armies out of these two players, and hussars as well. Ouch. He needs camels, but more importantly, he needs royal heirs right now. 3 less damage from all mounted units. Oh, what a beautiful play here by MBL, softening them up with the pikemen and then absolutely gutting them down with the arbalesters. He's gone up to 35-41. There it is. There's royal heirs, finally. So remember, royal heirs only really affects camels and Shotel warriors. So now the camel armor, okay, I guess you can't really see it because there's no upgrades on them. He is gonna, okay, now there should be. 1 second. Cavalry resistance should be 3. I don't know why it says 0. Banter, I think heavy camel is the absolute right way for our Ethiopian to play this right now. As long as he can deal with the arbalesters. It's not an expensive upgrade to heavy camels. It's like 1/3 of the cost of paladin. And your attack bonus is pretty decent. Jumps up to an 18 against cavalry. What is it against other camels now? 9 against other camels. So Mamelukes are now no longer a threat. Pikeman is a waste of time. Right now our Ethiopian needs a lot of archers. He needs to outmuscle the Saracen. Or he just needs to keep pulling the Saracen into the castle fire. Oh, humid is the worst. Yeah, Chris, Age of Empires 4. I mean, I don't want to risk any future endorsements or competitions or whatever from Microsoft, but I'm going to stick with Age of Empires 2. That's all I'm going to say. Hussars guarding the gold. They are waiting, salivating for some orange villagers to show up here. Why is our Ethiopian keeping half of his army in the middle of the map? Does he intend to push? There's no treb here for him to push into the castle. Or does he intend? Is he afraid of getting pushed? 22 arbalesters to 23. Upgrades in a minute will be identical. Okay, now is the moment for the camels to shine. Now is the moment. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on. Where are you going? Where are you going? Oh, camels, you had one freaking job. MBL's doing a lot of moving. He's not really doing a lot of attacking. Okay, so they waited next to the gold. They saw the stone. So that's a few dead villagers out of orange. Going to be a lot more dead villagers now. I'm going to keep my mouse on those hussars to see. Already, by the time I finish the sentence, 4 kills already. What the hell's going on with these camels? Hello? Wake up. This is why you don't smoke hash before you go into battle. 1 treb down, 2 treb down, 3 treb down. And this is why you don't engage in an arbalester war with the Ethiopians. What are the What are the rules in Princess Bride when he meets Vicini? 13 kills on the remaining 8. Don't engage into a land war in Asia. Don't try to outsmart a Sicilian. And rule number 3, do not engage into an Arbalester war with the Ethiopians. Drugs are bad, okay? I need to work on my Mackie impression. Camel has 5 freaking kills. All of them Hussars, probably. These guys have 3 villager kills and a probably camel kill. Now Ethiopian. You can't beat the Arbalesters one-on-one. Shove a whole bunch of Hussars in their face. Elite Shotels were a waste of time here, I think. I don't think Elite Shotels are the way to go. Because they will just die way too quickly to these Arbalesters. 10 attack against what? 0 base armor, right? Yeah, 0 base armor. 10 attack and you have 45 HP. So 24 Arbalesters, 1 shot, 5 Shotel warriors. Or 4 maybe. Yeah, Winchester Herrera. So far he's channeling his inner Herrera with all these Hussar raids. They are getting so many kills. 83 villager kills to 32. But to be fair, it is the Saracen castle that's down. This Ethiopian castle is still clinging like a barnacle to the bottom of a ship. Yeah, Lemmy, they set and forget it. That silly no stand ground attack. No, oh my goodness, stand ground instruction or order. Oh no, not on the villagers too. Oh no, we're gonna get to see like 100 villager kills. Oh my goodness. To be fair, MBL still at 117. He's lost 99. Come on, kill one more. Kill one more. All of a sudden at 99, there's no more raiding anywhere on the map. But this is the problem with the Saracens, is that if all else fails, they have a fully upgradable Hussar that lacks any special bonus feature, but does it really need it? Yeah, never get involved in a land war in Asia. Never do a battle of the wits with a Sicilian or whatever else he says. And then rule number 3 is don't engage into an Arbalester war with the Ethiopians. Lemmy, I think he's losing it because of numbers and meat shield. The Saracen just keeps shoving a bunch of Hussars in his face. Hussars with 6 pierce armor. Another raid to the rear. Camels completely missing the mark. Patrols over here. More villager raiding over here, but a couple of pikemen in the town center. What's going on in the front? A big fat GG is what's going on in the front. Never match wits with a Sicilian when death is on the line. There you go. Thank you, Supergen. I'm good. I'm not that good that I can remember every single line from every movie that I love. But okay, maybe Princess Bride is an exception. This game lasted almost an hour. 188 Hussars to 88. This is why he lost, because the 88 Arbalesters, as good as they are for the Ethiopians, if it was this versus 64 Arbalesters from our Saracen, hands down, he wins it with like 35 or 40 left. But camels and pike, knights, I'm surprised our Saracen went knights so heavily, but I guess it did give him the upgrades needed for the later transition to Hussars, right? The husbandry, the bloodlines, all the attack, all the armor upgrades, PKPM 10 minutes ago for Winchester, PKPM in the middle of the game for MBL. By the way, look at that Hera level micro. When you channel your inner Hera with all, and by the way, also inner Mr. Yo with 7 different attack locations, you best believe your micro is going to reflect that. Can I use Australian slang for the narrative for the next 10 minutes? Australian slang. I don't think I know any Australian slang. Trash resources. Look at the economies, less than 10% apart. Trash for the Saracens. There's your Hussar, by the way, with 7,000 more food. Golden Stone very much going to our Ethiopian. 1 whole conversion, 25 to 19 buildings destroyed. Let's take a look at that kill count. Oh yeah, baby, 117 villager kills to 41. Triple the villager kill count. And about 50 or so, 46 if my quick off-the-cuff math is correct, more villager kills for Winchester, who takes the series 2-1. You keep using that word. I don't think you know how to... Oh, man, I miss Andre the Giant. There are so many stories of Andre the Giant. Ridiculously hilarious stories of him that are just... I wish he was still around. Although I guess he would be in a very, very old right now. All right, let's take a look at game number 4. Chris, I hope you're still here. I hope you're still here, Chris. You know why. Because... Winchester is playing as your Berbers. MBL playing as the Vietnamese. Okay. Beam me up to the Berber mothership. Yeah, my Australian accent is terrible. That's not a knife. This is a knife. Although I will say, watching clips of Australian news interviews is one of the most amazing experiences one can have in the world. There's that the guy that barks like a dog at his wife in his wife's ear. There's that like 18-year-old who threw a party at his parents' house and like destroyed an entire neighborhood, and then the news anchor was trying to shame him, and he was like had his sunglasses on. Man, Australia, definitely on the bucket list. If I can get past the fear of all of those arachnids and snakes and poisonous chipmunks and whatever else the hell you have in Australia. Argentina 2, Canada 0, really? Really? I was expecting Canada to win like 15-0 against Argentina of all countries. Chris. Winchester's gonna lose so bad. Sorry. Yeah, honestly, Australian news is just... There's an interview, oh my goodness, what was it? It was like 20-something years ago. There was a very famous... I mean, this may not be age appropriate, so if any of your kids are watching this, it's earmuff time. There was a very famous pedophile named Jeffrey Leonard. And there was just an absolute bonkers interview with some Australian news anchor just ambushes him on the street as he's out walking his dog. And he just rips into this pedophile about all these books that he writes. And the pedophile just gets so angry, he starts grunting like a pig. He gets so irate. Man, Australia's... What a place. But like I said, watching Australian news clips is definitely one of my favorite things to do. Speaking of Australia, Berbers and Vietnamese, primary goal for MBL in the forward position, but a pretty damn easy wall off and a pretty secure patch of gold once he does wall it off. Not very, oops, sorry about that, not very reachable from the south or the north. Stone also in the forward position, not really on the attack path. I love that Winchester thinks that there's some kind of mill here. He sees nothing right up until now. Where are your extra resources? You've got extra gold. And then 1, 2, 3 forests to the rear. I mean, if you give the Vietnamese with the paper money upgrade 3 forests to the rear, they are going to absolutely go bonkers with that, as the Berbers will go if you give them a pig for free. Ooh, interesting. He's choosing not to send the pig home. He's going exploring with that pig. North, completely open in this Vietnamese base. Winchester, also decent forest coverage. Also a nice narrow little alley. Oh my god. Oh my god, Armando. Armando with the clutch quote. Although you got it a little bit wrong. It's about all sorts of things. It's about all sorts of things. Armando, how the hell did you know that? You're as twisted as I am. Next, you'll be pulling like Ted Bundy and John Wayne Gacy quotes. Primary gold off to the side for our Berber stone. I like it. Nice and secure to the back. Extra gold to the back and a bit more forest to the rear, although pretty far away. Extra gold very much exposed to the front, extra stone to the top. Armando, you just made my night. I didn't think anyone knew who the hell Jeffrey Leonard was. Not that anyone in their right mind would know who the hell Jeffrey Leonard is. But yeah, that interview is absolutely bonkers when he starts grunting like a pig. Anything from Australia is just... That being said, throw me some Australian slang and I'll use it. Assuming it's like legit. Nothing like too dirty or like crazy. 18 villagers to 19. Our Berber will hit feudal age roughly 30 seconds behind his opponent. Off the back of one less villager and 3 seconds of TC idle time. Your journalists are a special breed. Yeah, I can tell based on the clips I like. Adrian, 5 a.m. in Romania, still watching AoE. Keep it up. Best AoE stream. Thank you so much. And thank you so much from Canada to Romania. That is super cool. I was on my way to Bucharest, and then my train broke down. Can you believe it? I did a whole little trip where I went from Vienna to Bratislava to Budapest, not in that order, and then I wanted to cap it out with a trip to Bucharest, and then I forget if I wanted to go to Varna or Sofia in Bulgaria, and then the train broke down on the way to Romania, and I was like, forget it. I'm going back to Berlin. The Cat Empire. Crikey, dingoes. Maybe the dingo ate your baby. Yeah, my accents are some of my accents are decent. This one, Australian, is a bit of a difficult one for me. By the way, a very interesting bean-shaped wall off here for Winchester, our Berber, who leaves his west and south completely open. Oh, look at them! They're fighting over the pig. And right as our Berber was about to pull that pig into the hot pot, this Vietnamese scout. So technically, the Vietnamese scout does get the first kill of the game, although not a human kill. Narp. Oh yeah, the Romania is definitely on my. Those castles are on the bucket list. Yeah, exactly. It's a tribute, one would say. I like the wall off here to the south. I'll go back in time on those trains. Yeah, the train from Budapest to Bratislava was literally a train from like 1918 or 1919. It was a free train ride, which was fun because I was a student at the time. But it was a rickety old train. The Vietnamese despise pork. I would guess the Berbers are the ones of the two who would despise pork. I've eaten a lot of Vietnamese pork dishes. Oh man, now I'm getting a hankering for some Vietnamese food. A nice bon. Chasing away the scouts are these two spearmen. You might want to move a little bit south, or maybe you're relying on the scouts who are returning home to do the job. By the way, where is that pig? What happened to that pig that our Berbers stole? Not only did he steal a pig, he then killed a pig of his opponent, although it looks like potentially the Vietnamese did reclaim the pig. You read it as Vietnamese spiced pork? That is something I would do. Okay, market. What are the resources looking like? Both players are at 500 food. Both players at about 100 gold. So not expecting too large of a disparity in going up to the next stage. Our Vietnamese still, as he was going up to feudal age, is one villager ahead. Of course, I finished that sentence and he evens up. Does Winchester at 31 villagers apiece. Can somebody please get a kill? This isn't who can hug the best and who can be the nicest Canadian and open the door and say please and thank you. This is a war game. Can we get a kill at the 15-minute mark? Maybe they're gonna chase down this spearman. I mean, 2 scouts against a spearman is probably not a good idea, so probably not. And he sees the light cavalry units moving forward, immediately walls it off. What's interesting is that both players are walling off little isolated packets, meaning they're not going to the edge of the map. Winchester here on the west and the south. MBL is not touching the edge of the map at all. He is going full fortress on Arabia. But it looks like Purple might be able to insert himself into here. Oh yeah, MBL knows it, immediately puts a counter spearman. Oh, maybe first kill, first kill. Oh, one more poke, one more poke. One more poke. Italy, you have high-tech trains like the Freccia Rossa. Or is it Freccia? Super fast. But they're always late. You know one thing I loved about Germany? Amongst many, many things I loved about living in Berlin? You literally to the second know when the trains are coming. And they're not late. They are not late. Oh my god, competitive courtesy. That's hilarious. That's a sport that Canadians would win hands down. Okay, 6 HP now. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, it looks like he might get one more whack off this orange scout. Anytime you change direction with your unit, you slow down for like a millisecond. Okay. Oh my god, the freaking high ground. The freaking high ground saved them. Why am I moving the mouse? I'm just going to follow along. There's no way Purple's surviving this, right? The second he rounds the bend here, he's going to take another attack. Yeah. Orange is closing. One more turn and he should die. There we go. Finally, 18 minutes in. We've got our first kill of the game. The Vietnamese with the high ground does gun that scout down. Both players are in castle age in 15 seconds. Our Berber, oh, okay, yeah. He's going light cavalry. I don't see an archery range, so no genitors just yet, but definitely light cavalry. 2 town centers for him. One nice and safe, one a little bit exposed. Oh, mamma mia. 3 town centers for our Vietnamese. Hey, Chester. Yeah, Toronto's the same way. I used to take the subway every day from Finch to Dundas for anyone here who's from the GTA and has ever taken Young Line number 1, which in theory should take exactly 18 minutes. And it not once took 18 minutes. It would take anywhere from 20 to 45. If it was even working. Half the time I had to take a bus as well because the subway was down. Our Berber is going to add a monk. Is he going relic hunting? How many relics has he seen? Or maybe he just expects something from our Vietnamese. Maybe elephants? Probably not elephants. 1, 2, 3 relics he's seen. He has not seen the 2 here to the south. Whereas our Vietnamese... I don't know why my tab key keeps changing. Has seen 4 relics. Also hasn't seen this one all the way to the south. Okay. So a ballsy move out of MBL to go up to 4 town centers when you're down a game. I mean, I like that they anchor the south, but maybe he thinks there's nothing really from the Berbers right now that can contest town center range. Ooh, we got another kill. Our Berber getting 1. Our Berber getting 2. Our Berber getting 3. Okay. Maybe even 4, but no, now he's got the light cap to the scout. But Knight and Spearman, oh man, they really want this unit dead. Okay, never mind. He does manage to get another kill. And now this Spearman is not long for this world. Not with a Knight chasing him. Might as well turn around and fight at that point. John Yang, yeah, we are still here. A bus was early? That, Super Gen, are you sure you weren't dreaming? Bus is early? Brandon Lee, that's funny. Buses are only early if you're late. Winchester base looks like an office workers who's become flat in time. That's funny. Oh, you were at the wrong stop, so early or late doesn't even really matter. MBL went up to 4 town centers. You think he needs more food? I think isn't it like 7 villagers per town center to maintain villager production? Yeah, so I guess you're right. And he does need 3 more villagers on food. I think it's 7 villagers on farms. Maybe 6. 6 or 7. And that's just to maintain villager production. Heh. Okay. Where did our where did our Berber come into this settlement? Oh, it's open here. So the one area I said in the beginning of the game is easy to wall off is the only wood intensive units right now. Remember, anything that comes out of a Vietnamese archery range, 20% more HP. But going cav archers against the Berbers, who again have genitors, is a pretty risky play, although anything is risky in this game in theory. We'll see how it all shapes out in practice. Orange has to keep these purple units the hell away from this mining camp. They see it. Oh, the quick wall, the quick house. Oh, Winchester. Denied by MBL's quicker fingers. And what is being built here? Oh, yeah. MBL says, you know what I don't want to be is housed, which is what I am right now. Now he's up to 30 villagers on food, so he can start training a few more food-intensive units now. He's ahead 14 villagers, 4 army count. Our Vietnamese, by all accounts, is in the advantageous position here. Monk looks like he died after he converted that one cav archer. Although, to be fair, going cav archer against the Berbers, like I said, not just the genitor. Remember, the camel archer comes with a decent attack bonus against cavalry archers as well. Chris, how's our Berber doing? It's 5 to 6 villagers. Okay. So then he did have enough on food, I think. Arinbia? Yeah, banter. I remember that. That was pretty funny. Oh, with wheelbarrow. Okay. Which he does have. Now Winchester trying to bust in through the south. He's trying to bust in through this house as well. MBL's villager count is absolutely exploding. He's already ahead and he's training more at a time. And if he keeps going cav archers, he doesn't really need that much food if he's going to go wood gold units. And he's got 27 villagers on gold to the 9 of the Berbers. Who, in all fairness, remember, their stable units are cheaper. Yeah, Chris, that's what I thought. Very bold. Why does Winchester have so few villagers on gold? His gold is so safe. He's not being raided. Why are there 2 relics outside of his freaking monastery? Hello. I think he may have accidentally evicted those. Maybe a wrong hotkey. MBL doing MBL things? Yeah, definitely MBL things here. Going a unit that is so easily countered by your opponent. Although, when he sees all these knights here... Oh, I didn't realize that you didn't have bloodlines. I saw 60 HP. I should have realized that it's not 80. Knights underneath the town center will die fairly quickly. A very aggressive Vietnamese castle right now. Static attack to the north, mobile attack to the south. We'll see how many villagers Winchester can kill inside that base. He's getting handcard. Bloodlines is almost done. He does have Bodkin. He needs one more armor upgrade. These knights are not converted. They are... Actually, no, this one is converted. So, a combination of converted knights and, you know, homegrown knights. When janitors. When Vietnamese mess. There's camel archers, though. Forget genitors. He is going pure counter. Let's see right now how much the attack bonus is. +4 against cav archers. Which against any other civ would be bad. Maybe not the Turks, but against 80 freaking HP, a +4 attack bonus will take time for them to kill these units. Let's see it. By the way, it looks like Winchester did get 9 villager kills, but now he's lost 13 of his own. Okay, but MBL's losing army here. He does have more kills. Villager and military, it looks like. What's going on to the north? Rattan archers. Okay. Camels were not used in battles in history. They don't look scary and fast. I've never seen a movie in the Middle East where they're fighting on camels. Maybe it's like a Hollywood invention after they made Lawrence of Arabia. Chris, I'm with you. You almost never see the Genitor in 1v1 pro games. I love the addition of rattan archers. They're just going to be so quick. Second fastest foot archer in the game after the plumed. They're just going to be running around. And they're going to kill that camel archer, by the way. They have Huskar level pierce armor. Where is the monk that's trying to convert this unit? Oh, here he comes. Oh, he's stuck behind a... oh, what the hell's going on here? Why are the knights blocking the path? What is going on with the no attack stance on these freaking units? Another Vietnamese castle relocated just because of one camel archer who dies seconds later. Running the gauntlet is another light cavalry unit who dies, but okay. Winchester up to 21 villagers on gold. Both players in seconds will be in Imperial Age. Converted rattan archer does bite the dust. Couple of rattans here. 4 kills for them. All villagers. Rattan versus Genitor. Probably the Genitor wins that. All of the armor of the rattan doesn't really matter for bonus damage. Probably the Genitor. Or maybe if it's elite. What? What? I thought the game would last a little bit longer. Although looking at the minimap, maybe not. Oh my goodness, is our Berber being pressed into? Chris, I'm so sorry. His entire army countered by camels and Genitors, and you get both discounted exactly. Oh, the scent of a camel used to scare horses. I know that they're used in the desert. I just don't know if they're used in like battles and stuff. Why? Yeah, Weebra. Why did he GG so fast? 30 vills ahead, army count. Let's dive into this. I mean, keep in mind, all of these statistics, we know them. Winchester doesn't. So to the north, he's cleaned up the rattan archers, but there's still a big old army ball. Then you move a little bit down, and he's already getting countered. This camel archer is going to die any second now. They're both in Imperial. He has the resources for 2 trebs. I mean, our Vietnamese doesn't. He doesn't even have enough gold for a single treb. His infrastructure is not really in jeopardy here. There's another group of cav archers. So maybe he just saw these army clumps and realized he's way too down in army. I don't know if he realizes how bad his economy is. I mean, the score is not great. It's about 30% lower. Let's see, light cav to cavalry archer, and somehow with the counter play, our Vietnamese beats a civilization that, again, on paper, remember we saw the Portuguese and the Mayans? On paper, again, the Berbers should absolutely slaughter the Vietnamese. You go elephants, they go camels, you go any kind of archer unit, they literally have multiple, 3 counter units, skirmisher, Genitor, and the camel archer. And then bomber cannons to destroy you. And the Vietnamese don't have great cavalry either, except for those 420 HP elephants. And he's going squires for those pikemen. I don't know. A bit of a strange GG as well. I mean, we can figure it out. We know why. But I'm not sure that Winchester really needs to GG here. Peak APM, middle of the game. Peak APM, middle of the game as well. And for all that he had the massive economic villager count lead, look at the economies. They're like 10% apart. Our Berber food and stone, wood and gold. There must be something on the map that I'm missing. 4 conversions to 1. 26 villager kills to 9. I think maybe he feels just maybe too pressed in. This is his vision. By the way, this is still up and running. Okay. Okay. But yeah, he sees himself being pressed into the south. He sees himself being pressed in with 2 castles to the east. And he sees another army group over here. So, I don't know. Maybe he felt too claustrophobic. And maybe he felt like his army count wasn't sufficient to maneuver to the bottom and then to the top and then back to the bottom and then east, then north and west and east and north and west. And eventually he would just get pressed into. But look at his primary gold. It's still here. 2,400 gold that's not being raided. Anyway, maybe Winchester knows something that in the next couple of minutes he was about to get overwhelmed. All right, let's load game number 5. Okay. We've evened up the series. And that is pretty damn exciting. So it's a best of 7, remember? So somebody needs to win 2 more games, which means at the bare minimum, we have 2 more games. So far, these 4 have been amazing. And let me just recolor the players and away we go. Chris, it's very possible. Super Jen, thank you so much for joining. Hope you get nice and comfortable. Pros sometimes tunnel vision. And maybe that's what's causing their misuse of some of the civilizations in some matchups. But again, I mean, MBL just went full steroids economy. He had 100 villagers long before Winchester even had anywhere close to that, even could dream of going up to that. And Winchester knew that. So maybe that's why he realized, look, I can waste 15 more minutes or I can be nice and fresh for the next game. And in the next game, we've got MBL as the Byzantines. Speaking of hard nuts to crack. Ooh, okay, but if anyone can do it, might be the Khmer. Cossacks. Just found your channel. Great production. Thank you so much. Did I say your name right? Cossacks or Cossacks? Let me know if it's the first or the second. I do not like to mispronounce people's names. Genitors were the obvious choice. Would have given him mobility to move from north to south to east. Maybe he felt the Trebs were about to come out and he didn't have enough map control to deny the Trebs and the resources needed for those Trebs, which is funny because he was in a better position to actually train 2 trebuchets and MBL couldn't train a single one. He didn't have the gold. He went full on infantry and ranged upgrades. Anyway, whatever, doesn't matter. It is what it is. We're not going to cry over spilled Berber milk. Let's take a look at the map now. We've got the Khmer primary gold and berries to the rear, primary stone to the front. I like the little right triangle here created by the forest. Decent base so far. Extra gold off to the side. Oh, I like this. Extra gold and stone off to the side as well. Next to some more stone, a relic, and even more forests. Okay. To the south, Byzantium, completely open in the forward position, but also a bit of a right angle triangle. Gold to the front. And this is what we saw the other day with this tournament. Why is the stone outside of the forest? Even this one is kind of still in it. Any event, stone outside the settlement, berries to the back, extra gold off to the side. Nice and secure is additional stone and wood. Okay. So those cheaper pikemen, those cheaper skirmishers might be a good use for that wood later on if needed. And extra gold. Ooh, very exposed to the front here. So 1, 2, 3 piles of gold kind of in a cup shape in the rear facing. Whereas 1, 2, 3, and this one is incredibly exposed. Oh no. I don't like this base for MBL at all. Berber milk. Camel milk, I guess. Zebra is getting pressed, but he's walling this off. And look at Winchester. Look at Winchester just going straight south. See, I agree with him. If I spawned over here, where purple is, I would think that my opponent is here. But he's going to discover his mistake very quickly. At least, you know what? He discovers a relic for his trouble, which might benefit him in the Castle Age. And I guess after the zebra is pushed, no more pushing. The ostrich is not going to get taken because there's no way for that ostrich to enter the base unless he wants to push it north, west, south. Felipe is a big MBL fan. 19 villagers is what our Khmer is choosing to go up on. Remember, the Khmer don't need any structures. As long as you've got 500 food, 800, 200, 1,800, you can get your butt up to whatever age you'd like. And then there's also no prerequisites. So you don't need a barracks for a stable. You don't need anything for anything. All of the buildings are available from your age. I really hope you don't have to wait 18 minutes in this game in order to see the first kill. Couple of what is a vulture, and I'm assuming this is a hawk. This is also a vulture? Doesn't really look like a vulture to me. Our Byzantine is going up. So this is curious. In this matchup, I would say the Khmer are going to be the first to castle, and the Byzantines are going to be obviously the first to Imperial. They do pay 2/3 of the cost of going up to Imperial. Oh, what is going on with this scout? Look at Winchester flexing on top of this palisade. I can't tell if that's a good thing or a bad thing what he just did. David, how are you alive? You have a lot of late nights and weird sleeping hours based on the comments. I like the 2 rear lumberjack lines here. Purple has not seen the one to the left. He also, by the way, has not seen the one to the right. Our Byzantine does not want to get caught out by fast castle knights. And it looks like potentially we're not seeing that at all as a archery range gets added in. Interesting. We are probably the best designed civ. They're the same as the others, yet so different. I think, in my opinion, Chris, the Poles are the most synergistic civilization. Everything they have flows into one another. Every feature flows into every other feature. David, yeah, share the dream. Was it 7 fat cows and 7 lean cows? I mean, don't share it if it's too messed up, although I've already kind of broken the seal talking about Jeffrey Leonard, the Australian pedophile. So I'm not too sure there's any more limits for us to cross, and now it's MBL's turn to showboat a little bit. But a couple of archers are moving forward. Do we think Winchester went archery range because he didn't... Do we think he originally wanted to go fast knights and then didn't because he saw how walled off this base was and is now starting to add archer units so that he can start attacking the palisades and then making sure they can't get repaired? Or am I just making shit up? Yeah, there is a special Atlantic Canada time zone, isn't there? Ooh, I don't know what's going on here. But a purple villager does look kind of trapped. She's not fighting back. But orange is trapped in here. Villager kills a scout, and now the spearman, will he get the villager before he dies? No, she survives with 10 HP. And not only 10 HP, but 2 kills. Hoo. So she is going to go back to work to a hero's welcome. Archers to the south, spear skirmisher chasing away a scout to the north. I mean, Winchester knows he doesn't need to build these, right? Right? Oh, David, those are scary dreams. I remember having dreams where I was like running away from somebody or panicking, and then I wake up and my leg muscles are cramped and my shoulders are aching. I had a dream once that I was carrying that I think I read that Superman comic where he held the world up for Atlas, and then I dreamed that Atlas also kind of tricked me like he did with Superman to hold up the world. And I woke up and my shoulders were so achy. So I can understand that, but fire I've never had. Fire is that is a scary dream. Come here, 31 villagers. Byzantine 32. A very interesting use of gates here. MBL is pulling some tricks that you sometimes see in like lower elo games. I don't think I've ever seen anyone other than MBL do this. It makes sense to do it. It's a great thing to do. I mean, this is not so great. This is. But it's fun to see MBL playing like this. Purple Scout, will he discover another relic? Yeah, he does. By the way, I like that on this little bow tie of adventure he went here, he did manage to suss out 2 relics. And if he keeps heading north, he's going to suss out this one as well. Has MBL seen it? No, MBL hasn't seen a single relic. Oh, that's not good. Oh, Atlas, I remember reading that. I can also not confirm or deny. Okay, we are a minute and a half from both players being up to Castle Age. Winchester going off the back of 2 fewer villagers. MBL is keeping a lot of his infrastructure nice and inside his base so that even if there are scouts... Oh my god, he hasn't seen anything. This might be one of the only times where 17, 18 minutes into the game, seconds away from Castle Age, the opponent has not seen the town center of their opponent. You don't remember your dreams? You know the best way when you have a crazy dream or a dream you want to remember, the best way to remember it? When you wake up, go on your phone, open up a note, and write it down. And then you'll remember it forever. I had a dream 15 years ago that I was on a flight and drinking with Betty White. And I woke up and I wrote it down immediately. And I can close my eyes right now, and instead of seeing crossbows attacking a palisade, I can replay the entire dream from start to finish in my mind. So if you ever have a dream, you want to remember it, something cool happened, maybe you hooked up with like Margot Robbie in your dream, definitely write it down, and you will, I guarantee you will remember it forever. Even if you like forget that you had it, and then if you read just one sentence of your notes, you'll remember it all, will come rushing back. Somebody once told me that, and then I used it, and it actually does work. Knight chasing skirmisher, camel chasing knight, gets him, I think. Yeah, it was the camel. Yeah, oh, Winchester's gonna discover MBL's base now. Sees the stable, sees the archery range, knows there are already camels out on the map for the Byzantine. So the Byzantine is literally going his 3 cheap units. Camels, spearmen, and skirmishers, all 25% cheaper than normal. Oh god, Chris. Why would you want to remember nightmares? Hello, Shuetang. That's one of my favorite Rick and Morty episodes, when they incept the teacher for his math grades, and then they meet the Freddy Krueger, Scary Terry or whatever his name is, and he goes, "You can run, but you can't hide." And then Rick goes, "Wait a second," or was it Morty that was like, "Maybe we can hide. Why are we listening to this guy?" That was pretty funny. Drink some rakia and you'll sleep like a baby. Only plum rakia. Adrian, I once had some homemade Serbian plum rakia and played chess, and literally within like 6 or 7 minutes I was hammered off my ass. And I think that's exactly why they gave me that plum rakia. Homemade Yugoslavian liquor is not for the weak. You like playing the Byzantines for the same reason you like fighting them. It feels like every second they're getting more and more of an advantage. Yeah, they are. Because their buildings every second that goes by get stronger and stronger. All of their buildings. Gold shaft mining for our Khmer, who is pressing forward with a very un-Khmer-like army of crossbows. stables, two stables and 2 archery ranges. Oh yeah, that's right. He did remind you of Jesse Pinkman. I like how they then incepted him and went back to his like scary grade 5 class when he was like made fun of. We got you, dog. Don't worry, bro. We got you, man. And then Scary Terry was not so scary after that. Yeah, that's why, Lemmy, that's why I put in my intro when I do Byzantines, is that they can literally clog up the works. I mean, the Aztecs train their units faster. There's other civilizations that have discounts. For example, we just saw the Berbers, so everything from the stable has a discount. But to have a 25% flat discount, not just on food or wood or gold, flat on all resources, 25% on 3 different units from 3 different military structures is pretty bonkers. Your father's making his own rakia? Yeah, it's the best. But again, like I said, not for the faint of heart. 3rd town center going up for our Chimeras. A 2nd goes up for our Byzantine. Ooh, is he going to try to maybe snipe a monk? Let's see if Winchester reacts here. No, of course not. Of course not. Not with that 2nd monk in play. But that monk attempt did reveal that the army is here, and so he knows that there is some kind of armed force heading his way. 30 army count to 20, 51 villagers though. MBL is down a few villagers. When you smoke weed, you stop dreaming? Really? Oh, regularly. Okay, yeah, maybe. Plum Palinka. Oh, geez. That sounds way too, that sounds way too much. Although maybe when I go live on Twitch, we'll see what kind of, themed nights we're gonna have. The ghoul. Dreaming that he's a butterfly watching a cast of Empire's live stream. Yeah, exactly, Lemmy. They can train 1 more unit for every 3 that their opponent can. Isn't it funny how percentages work? You would think with a 25 1 in 4 discount, they would be able to train 1 for every 4 that their opponent has. But no, it's even better than that. And now the Khmer, 13 knights. No attack upgrades. No, just 1 armor upgrade. I don't know that they're going to be able to take on these camels. They are at +1/+1 and then the +9 attack bonus. Does weed mess up your REM sleep? Interesting. I can't say in the past I've had that issue. Is it across all Indica and Sativa, or just I can see that for like Sativa. Indica's kind of designed to make you pass out. Here we go. Ranged on the flanks, meat shield in the center. Does it get any freaking better than this in Age of Empires? Wait a second, those knights were taking a really good fight. They do have bloodlines. The camels for the Byzantines, remember, do not get bloodlines. Oh, forget the villagers, forget the villagers. I mean, this is a very ballsy fight for MBL to take right in front of the Khmer base so that he can reinforce. All of his camels melt in the blink of an eye. Do not chase with crossbows, please. Sir, this is a Wendy's. Do not chase with crossbows into skirmishers, elite skirmishers. Uoco de Drago. Oh, geez, Chris. That sounds like a fun time. Hand sanitizer. Yeah, Doc, welcome to like Eastern European homemade moonshine. You used to smoke heavy, but then you got CHS and almost died from it. Oh, no. The dreams when you first quit were bad shit? Wow. Well, good that you don't smoke anymore. Only for strong brains. Strong bratans. Some brothers. Oh man, there's a lot of houses. As the Khmer, you kind of want to put your houses near your villagers so that they can run into them if there's ever any kind of raiding. It's a little strange to me why pro players do stuff like this. I mean, the houses should be all along the farms here. Here. They should be near where the villagers are so the villagers can run into them. You want to drown your demons. Your X is like a chimney with weed. Oh no, 1 gram hits. Oh man. Yeah, David, that's like a regular argument with weed addicts. It's kind of like I had a friend in law school. By the way, look at this adorable little pair of birds just flying next to one another. That's so cute. There was a guy in law school who was very clearly an alcoholic, and his friends were always like, you know, come on, you don't, not every time we go out you need to like really get hammered to the point where you're like pissing in the middle of the street in front of cop cars and stuff. And he had the exact same argument. He's like, oh, I'm a functioning alcoholic. I needed to work and study and do this. Funnily enough, 10 years later, he ran for public office. We do. I don't think I get that Nokia reference. I haven't had a Nokia since 2004. Yeah, exactly. That, Logan, exactly. Define functioning. Our Khmer shoving his way into the very flank of the Byzantine base just as a second Byzantine castle is going up. Okay, Winchester does have a decent lead in the Imperial Age, but a minute away is our Byzantine, and then I'm assuming we're gonna get to see some kind of heavy cavils. Caval. Oh my god, heavy camels. Yeah, it's unfortunate. People who are addicted to things will always find like an excuse or a workaround. I have a friend who's addicted to gambling, and there's always some excuse about how, you know, this time will be different. This trip to the casino will be my last. Blah, blah, blah. He was a liar, so check that out. Henry Camel, that's funny. I might use that for one of my thumbnails, Chris. Yeah, Melanchi, that's not a bad addiction to have, YouTube addiction. Uh-oh. Logan, GG. W Winchester, what does that mean? You think who's GGing? MBL? If only he could have held the door for just a minute more, a minute longer, a minute more. He's down 35 villagers. Army count is not terrible, but he needs those heavy camels, and he's gonna have to take the absolute perfect engagement because he actually has the better army. His camels heavy will slaughter the Khmer Cavalier. His skirmishers will slaughter the Arbalesters. He's training 8 more camels. They're going to be fully armored, just like the Cavalier is, but going armor on Cavalier against camels is a waste of time. Should have gone attacked probably, and he's just getting iron casting. This might be one of those games that falls down, comes down rather, to just one battle, and the army counts are identical. W for Vinch. Honestly, it could just be a W for MBL as well. Here we go. The army positioning is perfect for him. There's not a lot of Cavaliers here. Nothing particularly special about the Khmer army. Oh, he destroys his own houses. He wants surface area here. Looks like a couple of castles are attacking into each other in the center, but the real story... Okay, stop moving and start fighting. Why are the skirmishers attacking Cavaliers? And here we go. The Byzantine counter army is going to absolutely wreck this Khmer army. Ouch. Now's the moment. Pull your camels back. Actually, you don't really need to. There's like 5 arbalesters left. What an absolute boss hold out of our Byzantine. But look at the villager count now. He's down almost 50 villagers. So this is where villager count becomes important. When you lose a massive battle like this, how quickly can you replenish your army? And pretty damn quickly for the Khmer, with 50 more villagers than his opponent. Converted Cavalier dies. John, happy Hump Day Eve to you as well. He denied the last armor at 10 seconds. That is so sour. He has to restart it. And now the Khmer is here, but again with the exact same armor. Oh my god, exact same army. Khmer farm eco is bonkers. They don't need to drop off food, which is why you're seeing their food count going up. Oh mama. 38 camels going up to 40, 18, 21 skirmishers. Where are these villagers going with 740 stone? Is he gonna try to base trade? I'm a little surprised that our Khmer has rebuilt the exact same army. He literally just got taken to Pound Town. His entire army got wiped out. MBL barely lost anything. Camels, 21 kills. Skirmishers, 18 kills. Treb is on the high ground here, but it is facing off against 4 other Trebs. No, MBL realized it wasn't completed, so that he restarted it immediately. Ooh, be careful. Now, if the Khmer can get to Hussars and start throwing in a meat shield, maybe that's something different? And MBL is doing a lot of moving around with his army, and oh no! He's spending his castle stone on repairing this castle. Now he can't even build a castle anymore. Oh no. Yeah, I would have initially thought as well that MBL would have swarmed this with his camels, but maybe he's afraid of this castle and the arbalesters. He's got a single scorpion. Where even is the scorpion? Oh, it's still huddled inside the siege workshop. I love it. They do come with extra range. MBL is being very hesitant right now. 50 camels. He's got up to 55. J-Rod the Bold, taken to Pound Town. He was. Come here. Oh, here we go. Here we go. What the hell are you doing? This isn't the parade. Shit or get off the pot. I can't believe MBL just spent 700 stone repairing that castle. 700 stone. When he could have just built yet another castle somewhere more aggressively out on the map. Uh-oh. Raiding party. No, not with all the camels. Okay, good. He leaves a few of them. Okay, now the Trebs are completely exposed. Now he has no excuse not to charge into this. MBL, you have no excuse. What are you doing? Okay, he brought back the majority of the camels, realizing he doesn't really need 50 camels to deal with 8 cavaliers. Look, MBL is at 200 population now as well. His army count's 35 ahead. He's only down, 40 villagers compared to his opponent. And oh, where are you going? I love this. That he's sending them to war, but attack already. Now our Khmer is adding halberdiers and hussars. Oh, no. Like I said, once those hussars come out, this base is completely open. And camels do counter hussars, but they're not as quick, and they are just not... They're not a good defensive unit. They need to be out there sniping as much as they can. They can't be sent home. It's not cost effective. MBL's army is very pretty. It's nice. It's big. Look at those giant fat scimitars. But it's not doing anything. Trebs are not doing anything. Bombard Cannon not doing it. I still can't believe he spent 650 stone to keep this castle up. Although I guess that's the exact same thing as if he had plopped down a new castle, right? Byzantine castles are incredibly hard to take down. Okay, Hussars are going there. Hey, come on, come on, come on. Okay, he does catch that guy. Another Hussar. Oh my goodness. We're back up to 3 Trebs here on the right. And again, Trebs that are exposed. And now MBL's going raiding with camels. They don't have blast furnace. And by the way, forget blast furnace. They don't even have iron casting. Ugh. Yuck. And now you're going to fight arbalesters with camels. Camels that have 0 base armor. Really? Okay. Okay. Maybe it was all just a feint. Why are you running away? Keep attacking the arbalesters. The castle will take care of the halberdiers for you. To be fair, MBL has cleared out this whole entire area, and I think Winchester forgot that he can garrison villagers in houses, because they all ran into the castle and into the town center there. Eco KD, our Khmer has twice the villager kills. Total kills, oddly similar. There's another Khmer army group moving to the south, but camels are still here with their massive, ridiculously scary 7+1 attack. I mean, this is just not cost effective for MBL. That being said, he's now at 200 population and Winchester's struggling. I say struggling. Look at his production queue. 50 Hussars. So not struggling at all. I want to see how many stables he has. Only 6 going up to a 7. And here we go. For the second time, the Khmer army just absolutely melts. Trebs and a bombard cannon. Now he's going after the Trebs. Are you kidding me? Now they're safe behind a castle. Although maybe not safe for long. Look at how slow it takes. Look at how long it takes for camels to kill anything. Look at this. This is ridiculous. How weak of a unit this is against anything other than cavalry. But ultimately, I mean, this guy's still alive. How is that still alive? Somewhere Winchester still has 3 Trebs. Here they are. I thought we got rid of stacking. Why are there 2 units, one on top of the other here? You have to respect the arbalest. You have to respect anything as a camel that's not cavalry. But this is a little bit too much respect. This is like respect bordering on fear almost. And again, the Khmer army should get wiped off the face of the earth here, except the spam is not stopping. More and more units. And holy shit, look at Winchester's villager count. It's below 100. But now look at the freaking seesaw. Now it's Winchester with 80 army count to the 56 of his opponent. Oh, this is going to be so bad for MBL. He's going to lose the camels. And once the camels are down, the skirmishers are in jeopardy. He's training 13 units at a time. Our Khmer is training 26, literally double the units. Town centers are starting to get taken out. Camels are doing absolutely nothing. There's a freaking exposed Treb right here, man. 2 exposed Trebs. Okay. Will he get there before the halberdiers kill him? Yeah, he does. And now he's going to this one. Forget that one. Go after the one that's on fire. Okay. 2 out of 3 are down. Oh, look at it. Look at the health bar. Look at the health bar. Down, up, down, up, down, up. No, he backs away. Ah. What the hell? What am I seeing? Why am I seeing 3 cav archers? MBL's broke. No gold. To the north, raided by Hussars. To the center. Okay, he is pressing against these arbalesters, and he's cleaned up the Khmer army yet again. I love camels. I just think they're like a very one-purpose, built-to-order unit. They just suck at everything other than killing men on horses. Except maybe Hindustani camels that come with a +2 attack bonus against buildings and attack faster. Every other camel just doesn't do anything against anything other than a cavalry unit. And look at the minimap. There's purple dots streaming in, literally unobstructed. I love the attempt of halberdiers here as well. Oh no, where the F did you think you were going? Well, that's one way to discover there's a castle to the south portion of the map. Losing your entire skirmisher force. Your army count is now 34. Now you're the one down to 80 villagers to 120. And look at the villager kill lead now. Double the villager kills for our Khmer, but total kills almost identical. Such a back and forth game. He did grab all 3 relics, by the way, return them. Not too sure this monk is going to stay alive for much longer. The kill counts are literally 2% apart. How crazy is that? We're approaching the hour mark of the game, and they're 2% apart. Oh, but you didn't kill enough trebs, and there is a bomber cannon somewhere here. There he is. Wow. MBL, I think, just ran out of gold and realized that if you go full on trash, you're just going to eventually lose your camels. And then once you lose your camels, what the hell can you really do here? Your castle's about to fall. He's got 46 stone. What? A crazy game. There were times I thought MBL was going to take it. There were times I thought Winchester was going to take it. He converted a Hussar even. Wow. All the upgrades, except for armor, infantry armor for our Byzantine, all the upgrades for our Khmer. And he ends the game at double the population size of his opponent with a castle falling. And with that, there's literally nothing here to stop the Khmer push. That game was BANANAS. Freaking bananas. Let's take a look. Skirmishers and camels. Hussars and arbalesters. So again, it's hard to think about the Byzantines because everything they have counters everything. So 20 minutes ago, peak APM for MBL right at the beginning of the game. Peak APM for at the 8-minute mark. What was that? I don't think we had a kill until like 12 or 14 minutes. Holy moly. 25,000 more resources for our Khmer. That is crazy. That is like a 30 to 33% bigger economy. For purple. 3,000 wood. Where is that disparity? Oh my god, 18,000 more food. There's your Hussar spam. Man, those Khmer farms. A little bit more gold. Stone almost identical. Relic gold. Okay, an extra 1,500 relic gold doesn't hurt. 4 conversions, 20 raisings to 4. And let's take a look at the end of the actual kill count. 128 to 57. Less than 10% kill count, which, by the way, again, it was like 2% different right up until the end, when things started spiraling out of control. But one player is huddled like a frightened child after watching Jurassic Park in 1995. I am referring to myself, huddled in bed in the corner, while the other just spreads all over the map and has taken this gold and still has arbalesters and 6 frickin' trebuchets. I also think MBL had 2 opportunities after he took that absolutely epic battle here, which I'm going to make another note of, game 5, to make a short out of that. Camel cleanup. I'm going to write for myself. That was a fantastic game. The Chunky Boy Civ won, but we didn't see any Chunky Boys. So can you really say the Chunky Boy Civ won? All right, let's go on to game number 6. Hopefully it's as exciting and fun as this one. Oh, weird. Oh, look at this, guys. 1 second. Winchester is still in purple, but MBL changes color to green. Is he Irish? Is this like the luck of the Irish? Damn. Okay. Tretang, I thought you didn't drink coffee. I thought you drank tea. Or am I thinking of someone else in the chat? For all the colorblind people, is this good, or should I change this to orange just to maintain our symmetry of purple orange. Let me know in the chat. Winchester this time as the Malians, MBL as the Lithuanians. Let's see where his relics are. 2 nearby, not bad. 3rd one pretty far. 4th one very far. Actually 3 nearby. 1, 2, 3 in Orion's belt. Orange, okay. Although a funny story, I told you I had that friend who's addicted to gambling. Funny story, we had another friend. This is before he became like a full-blown like gambling degenerate, and then it stopped being fun, and I told him like, you gotta self-ban yourself with the OLG and stuff. But back when I was studying for my exams, I would go to the casino in Brantford, Ontario. Sometimes Niagara Falls, but it was Halloween, and we convinced our friend, a third member of this degenerate triumvirate. We were gonna go to the casino, and we convinced them that we were getting dressed up for Halloween because it was Halloween. And we convinced him to get dressed, and he wanted to go as the Heath Ledger Joker. And so he had this entire elaborate costume that he put on with face makeup and this crazy suit that he wore. And then when we picked him up in my friend's car, he saw that we weren't dressed at all. We were just wearing, you know, normal clothing. And then when he got to the casino, at the front door, they made him remove all his makeup and all of his like facial wig and all this other stuff that he was wearing. It was just, man, did we troll him that night. That was pretty fun. You drink a cup of coffee in the morning, but you prefer tea. Fair enough. I mean, why did I think that you only drank tea? Richard, there is no tie. What happens in the event of a tie? I don't know. We go on to game number 7. David, have a fantastic night. Hopefully you don't have to wake up at 2 a.m. I think it's already past 2 a.m. for you, or maybe not. Willie Mack. Nice to catch you live again. Grinding at 11 p.m. They play him, I cast him. Thanks for dropping by and saying hi. Yeah, Coco Bungo, it was pure evil. We laughed our asses off. I have a picture of him in the elevator from the parking lot to the casino. So angry. Dressed like the Joker. I wish I could post it on Discord, but I would have to blur everyone's faces out, which would defeat the purpose of all of that. By the way, our Malian, who spawned over here, has sent his scout, as I would, to this part of the map. Instead, his opponent is here. Let's see what how MBL decides to scout this map, because if I spawned where MBL was, I would assume my opponent is here. But that's why I'm not MBL or Winchester. We'll see. I have a lot of funny stories of the three of us. It was like the more innocent times in like your early 20s before like you realize, hey, wait a second. There's a reason my friend's going to the casino 7 days a week. There's a reason he flew in from Las Vegas at 1 in the morning, got home, and then booked himself on a flight to Vegas back at 7 a.m. the next day. Sorry, the same day. The same actual day. Kencho, Argentina beat Canada. Big freaking surprise. Anyway, let's take a look at the map, because this, after all, is a game of Age of Empires. Primary gold for the Malian. I like it. Nice and secure. Stone off to the side. What an open base, though. The flank, the rear, completely open. Both flanks, actually. Don't mind these two small forests, but there's not a lot of lumber here for our Malian. He's going to have to go very far afield. How do you even begin to wall this off? Now that you've seen your opponent is here, the resources on this side of the map are a little bit more risky. They're a bit closer to your opponent. I guess you go far afield, right? He's already explored the potential of it going back to that part of it. Whereas, oh my goodness, speaking of open bases, left, top, right. Even rear open here for MBL. He does have his primary goal to the back secure. And he is fighting himself. Finding himself fighting some Dark Age aggression here. Winchester's map looks like the middle finger. Oh, you mean the scouting? Maybe it was earlier before he scouted all those parts. He was immersed in the character. He mimics the anger too. I'm surprised he didn't try to stab me later that night. He literally had to walk around the casino with like his makeup bag and his wig, and he was wearing this bright green suit. It was pretty freaking funny. Couple of murder, death, suicides here. Murder, death kills MDK as MBL kills 2, Winchester kills 1, and now it's MBL's turn to push out. The scout, by the way, sees that the scrims are coming. Ooh, I like that. What a great move there from Winchester. Hoping, I was going to say realizing, but hoping that Orange is on move command, and so turning around and getting attack off against that one scout. By the way, that scout is deking around the spearman quite nicely. The surprise that Argentina plays versus Canada twice in this cup, that shouldn't happen. Probably Argentina shouldn't play against Canada even once. What was the final score? Like 7-0? Argentina playing against Canada in soccer is like a Teutonic Knight taking on a militiaman, or taking on this spearman. An elite Teutonic Knight taking on this guy. That's how fair that matchup is. Although I say that, watch that actually happen once and the Teutonic Knight loses. Winchester is pushing in here. Archers are being pushed away by skirmishers. I like that MBL with the Lithuanians is going heavy on the skirmishers. Their spearmen and their skirmishers move 10% faster than normal, so they're eminently more maneuverable as moving defensive pieces. Although he is getting kind of tunnel visioned with this one mill here. Might want to move in and perhaps look at this completely open north part of the base, which he has seen. Why are you attacking the mill? You've got 5 skirmishers. Go wreak havoc on the gold mining. The Malians drop off 10% more gold. You do not want them to get their gold mining operation up and running. If you can stop it. Spearman will die, maybe? Yeah, he's gonna die. But he dies so that the scout can live. Very odd wall off here from MBL. Very odd wall off here from our Malian as well. All right. And now it's MBL's turn to run around. Get chased away. He does have a full health spearman he might want to put to the back. Maybe sacrifice him for those skirmishers. Although, to be fair, this army's probably not making it home. Even if the spearmen turned around and attacked, I don't think this army's making it home. At least not without any bruises and bandages. Oh, wait. Maybe. Did he see this? I don't think he saw the spearman. I don't think they have that crazy line of sight that he could have seen that spearman. Maybe he realized he was getting pressed into, or being allowed to chase a little bit too long and too comfortably. Too without incident. Can we have me casting tomorrow Hart versus Hera, Mr. Yo versus Vivi? Wow, Mr. Yo versus Vivi should be fun, since it's their viewer who sponsored this entire tournament. Coco Bongo, if I can find the games, I will absolutely cast them. Lately, though, full disclosure, when I try to look up some of these series, because, you know, I'm not casting every single set, right? There's for every set like Winchester MBL, there's ones like I really wanted to cast Viper and Mihai in the round of 32. But for some strange reason, sometimes when the players play, I can't find the games. I can't find the recordings. And I don't know if there's a Discord group for this tournament. I'll try to find, maybe they're posting it on Discord, but if I can find, I mean, Hera versus Hart should be an amazing battle. Yo versus Vivi should be good too. But I think the Hera versus Hart should be probably the more crazy of those two. Although never say never. Vivi's not a terrible player. But Mr. Yo is Mr. Yo. Anyway, long way of saying yes. If I can find the games, I will cast them. Absolutely. I'm gonna try to cast every night this week. Copa America organizers designed the brackets for Argentina to avoid Brazil, Colombia, Uruguay. Man, soccer is so full of like historical politics and just the North American mind can't comprehend the South American love of soccer. Like, we like our sports, we like our football, baseball, hockey, we have our team rivalries, but I don't think there's ever been a hockey player who was assassinated because, or like a hockey goalie who was assassinated because he let in a goal or something, which I think happened in South America once or twice. Although one thing I really like to do, and I'm so happy when I come across it on YouTube and Instagram, is watch videos of Maradona training all coked out of his mind, and then doing an actual line of coke and going back out and playing. I love the old footage of Pele and Maradona. Some Rex, for some reason, Coco Bungo, I don't know why, it's just this tournament. Rage Forest, I can find every game. But this tournament, for some reason, I seem to have a hard time finding a lot of the recorded games. It was a football player. Football. Yeah, sorry, not soccer. It's like a devotion to the sport that goes completely beyond anything that exists in North America. Like, North Americans will paint their bodies and have barbecues and get drunk, but like, it's not the same. It is absolutely not the same at all. They said fire. Exactly, they said fire to 50 buses, losing 7-1 against Germany. That was such... I watched that game. That's the only soccer that I watch. The only football I watch is the World Cup. I remember that game, and I remember the news story of Brazil going absolutely bonkers afterwards. Uh-oh. Hey, you're going to build an outpost, and you are probably going to die? Oh, that's so sour. Not even halfway completed. Okay, Winchester is pushing into here. Or maybe not. Is he going to get a villager? No, doesn't even get a villager. Did he get this one? Nope. So Winchester not getting lucky at all. MBL, for some reason, has 16 army supply in the rear of the Malian base. The Malian sees just the tip. He knows that there's other units here. Chris, you know what was what's a funny meme lately is watching when Italy got kicked out of the Euro or whatever is being played right now. There's so many of these funny videos of like Italian people throwing pizza against the wall. I don't know what the hell it is or why they're doing it, but I guess they got so upset that Italy got knocked out. Armando was a Colombian football player who got it. The goalie got assassinated, right? Because he got shot when he got off the plane or something. Okay. Hello, Winchester. Wakey, wakey. Another force of Lithuanian crossbows. No, okay. Why crossbows? Oh, I missed the mangonel shots. Sorry, guys. I'm going to do something I really do not like to do, but 10 mangonel kills is something we have to watch as I yammer on about Italians throwing pizza against the wall. Okay. You got 5 here. Second volley miss. Oh, he's going to go for the choke point. He's going to go for the choke point. Beautiful. And here come the Gabetos. Castle is already up. They do melee damage, and it doesn't matter what kind of damage they do. A Castle Age unit against a Feudal Age Spearman with no upgrades whatsoever is bad news. Okay, I'm not surprised the crossbows move in, see the Scorpion, and move right back out. Neither player really doing that much damage. MBL does have 3 villager kills to 1. I don't know why the hell American football is called football. Here we go. Gabetos running forward. Kapinga's at the ready. Orange needs ballistics. He is getting ballistics. Okay, a couple of more. Are we just going to see a straight up pure Gabeto play? Crossbows don't have any melee armor whatsoever. Base of a 0, so they are going to fall very quickly to this unit that attacks on a 10. Same as a Mameluke, by the way. Beautiful split out of orange to avoid that crossbow bolt. I mean, look at this army. Mangonel to the north, Mango Scorpions to the left, Gabetos to the south. Bye crossbows. Ouch. Age of Empires gangbang absolutely wrecks that army. I'm surprised they even lost 4 Gabetos for that, to be honest. That probably shouldn't have happened. This scout with 3 HP, tell me you are on scouting duty. MBL has seen a lot of the map, which might explain his score lead. Yeah, Winchester hasn't seen that much. He's exploring now with Gabetos. They are pretty damn fast. Their line of sight is pretty damn good. Our Lithuanian. Okay. Do we have a single monastery out of our Lithuanian, by the way? No. What is he expecting out of Winchester that MBL is going pure crossbow right now? Yeah, Mem would be screaming bada boom right there. It was salt in the wound. It just clipped the edge of that crossbow. You think it's because the ball is a foot long? I mean, that sounds like it could be right, and if it is right, it might be the stupidest reason for naming a sport the sport. So why is baseball called baseball and not 10-centimeter ball? Man, isn't life weird and funny at the same time? I say that as I watch Gabetos on the screen throw Kapingas up in the air at 11:07 p.m. Okay, players disengage. Exactly the same villager count. Both players on 2 town centers. Our Lithuanian with 9 villagers on stone wants a castle, but will he get a castle? Ooh, Winchester already has 700 stone. He's moving out. He's building a house. He probably wants to... Actually, what good patience out of Winchester. He wants to zone out this Lithuanian army. I'm assuming he's going to castle drop somewhere here because he wants to keep the army on the right side. I would be shocked if he drops anywhere here. No. Oh my god, the first monastery at the 31-minute mark. Gabetos gets smushed, but so does Mangonel, and now we've got potentially mutually assured discern. Hello, wake up. Oh, it's a full-on castle drop. No! Through a bunch of crossbows? So he is really relying on his Mangonels and the Gabetos to zone out this army. Because right now, as long as the crossbows move left and right, maybe split up a little bit, they can block any construction site. Okay, this might be one of the most poorly planned attacks, or poorly executed attacks, I should say, that we've seen tonight, but the castle is going up. Patrick, hello. You are Team MBL. MBL is down. He's on the verge of elimination, unfortunately. But the Gabetos are all dead as well here. Why is he running away? Counter castle going up for him. He does not have any relics. The good news for MBL, at least, is that Winchester is not getting any relics. He's not gathering any. I don't see a monk. Probably if I looked up north, wouldn't see a monastery. Yeah. Gabetos discover another expansion. Another siege workshop goes up. Where are you guys going? Oh, he's gonna... He bought 300 stone. He's bought another 100 stone. Oh my goodness, Winchester. Oh, brilliant. I mean, he absolutely destroyed his economy right now. But he's doing it to lame the stone. Incredible. Incredible. He even had to buy wood after that. That's so sour, but will it work? Both Stone piles are not lamed. Felipe, that's pretty funny. They tried to trick the Americans. Lemmy, that's actually very interesting. I didn't know that. And that is a very Americanism to abbreviate association with suck. Ooh, 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 ooh. Why the hell did he go crossbows in the first place? Why are there freaking Lithuanian crossbows on the map? Did he expect Gebetos? I mean, their armor isn't great either. Being 0-0. Their HP isn't great either. Get the hell out of my base. But I can't make sense, aside from maybe expecting a Gebeto push. Although, to be fair, here come the crossbows. They're going to lame the gold in the wood. This is not good for Winchester. He's down 15 villagers. He's down 20 army count. MBL is sitting pretty right now, but no more stone to the right. Has to rely on the pile to the left, which he's not mining at all. Winchester buying wood, buying food, buying wood. Everything but gold for our Malian. Not a bad way to take advantage of your better gold miners, to be fair. Another monastery? What happened to what's wrong with this one? Oh, it's in the line of fire of the castle. But you can evict monks, ungarrison them on the left side, I guess. All the while, the extra gold of the Lithuanian is being gobbled up and gobbled up. And Lithuanians, if they go heavy cavalry, definitely need their gold. Although he does get the pile over here. We have a single Latus out on the map. 3 somewhere going up to 7. No attack upgrades, no relics. But they still, even with all of that, do 13 damage to the units. Opposing units. Chris, you love talking about unique units. Mounted crossbow could be a pretty fun unit to get in Age of Empires. Maybe the Italians can upgrade the Genoese to a mounted Genoese. Imperial for Winchester, still a minute away for our Lithuanian, who... Why the hell's he going up to Imperial? Somebody make it make sense for me. Is it just for Trebs to knock down these castles? There's no murder holes. He has heavy cavalry. Oh no. MBL still has the villager lead though. 7 villagers, 16 army count lead. His score is ahead by a little bit. Let's see what's going on around the map, because Gebetos on the low ground are taking on these crossbows. I don't know who wins this battle here. I think the Mango's going to do more harm than good, to be honest. The Latus does die. Oh my god, they're all dead except for 2 units, and they almost killed each other. The last survivor with 7 freaking HP. The Lithuanians to the north, the Lithuanians to the southeast. These 2 castles... Have they really accomplished much except securing the gold? I guess that's a W, and the stone now. Is it sour that our Lithuanian, he can see this? Ugh, that's so sour. MBL is still ahead, 6 villagers, still up army count, but he's losing infrastructure at home. What are you? A whole bunch of villagers turn around, run away. Might as well attack the Gebetos at this point. I mean, how many villagers are there? 9, 27 damage to a Gebeto with these villagers is not bad. It only has 40 HP. 3 attacks and both of these Gebetos are dead. Okay. F you to this particular house, says MBL, who is losing more and more infrastructure. His wood count. He's going to need a lot more than 19 villagers on wood. Here we go. Late Chai are going to try to snipe the Mangonel. Maybe not. Okay, never mind. Our Malian takes a villager kill lead, a total kill lead as well. Tower is down. Okay, now these guys are exposed. Oh, it's such a cool feature. Even the composite bowman from the Armenians doesn't ignore the armor of the siege units, but the Lechai ignores their armor as well. So such a super powerful unit. One single Gebeto will die. Another castle here. Is that, I mean, Embil's gonna see it, right? With the skirmishers. Yeah. Ouch. He is just surrounded on all sides by these freaking Malian castles, which, by the way, he's paying for with his stone. More Gebetos, more dead villagers. I mean, MBL is just losing way too much infrastructure. Okay, okay. 12 on stone here in the middle of nowhere is a good... I mean, the map is on fire. Market under attack. Castle on the high ground is under attack, but the only Lithuanian castle is now under attack. Did the bombard cannon just attack the late chai? They weren't paying attention. Oh my god, a castle drop. Why here? I guess you can't really play... Yeah, you could have placed it here. Oh, no, 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 never mind. There's Trebs here. My bad. So an aggressive, but not really a deadly location for that castle. And he only sent 6 of his villagers to build it. The other 6 returned home to get more stone. Late Chai are being streamed out one at a time. Now we've got hand cannoneers out as well for our Malian. Our Malian has built the Malian army, which is a super gold intensive, super powerful army of Gebetos, hand cannoneers, Trebs, bombard cannons, and even a single mangonel that has 6 whole kills. But look at this, MBL. I love the 2 town centers. That's fun to see. He's expanded to literally the edges of the world, the edges of the known world. He got kicked out of his settlement. And now he's just trying to find a home like Hannibal after he lost the Second Punic War. Exiled and has to go to the real far edges of the world to find safety here. What's the difference between Latus and Late Chai? No difference. Latus is for one, Late Chai is the plural of Latus. Villager, villager, you're chasing uphill into a castle. Double whammy. And now this castle's under attack as well. Of course, I mean, probably shouldn't have been so aggressive and cavalier with that castle. Probably this hill would have been the best place to put it. These crossbows are still attacking a house. They've been attacking this house for the last 15 minutes. Mangonel now has 7 kills, 9 kills. And before it dies... I think he got a few more after it died, but didn't count it in the stats there. Yeah, pros sometimes do that. Like murder holes. I'm obsessed with why pros don't get murder holes. I know the whole story with T90 like 5 years ago or whatever. Oh no. Decent attack round attempts, but this unit is just way too fast for that. And Winchester takes... the series 4-2. What a weird, wonky, bonkers last game. And if somebody can make sense of why the hell our Lithuanian went crossbows, please do let me know. The only thing I can think of is that he really expected a Gebeto push, and crossbows at the end of the day are not terrible against Gebetos. They do attack on a 9 against 0 base armor. So like a weaker camel is this unit, but now it's elite. Winchester, ching. Let's take a look at the stats. Gebeto to skirmisher, hand cannoneer to crossbow, archer to late chai. Literally the only better units here are the late chai. Peak APMs 8 minutes in, 9 minutes in. Economy is identical. Trash going to our Lithuanians, scarce resources going to our Malian. I mean, you can't let the Malian get 6,000 more gold than you. You just can't. 0 conversions, 38 raisings to 5. It's so sour when you lose your entire military, even civilian infrastructure. Then you have to spend so much wood rebuilding it, which not only costs wood, but means more lumberjacks when you don't need them, and means construction time when the last thing is you need is your villagers building shit. Although, look at this. Our Lithuanian did end with, what was it, 288 gold? So he did end the game with 1 whole relic. 288. Yeah, MBL lost map control very quickly, and once this castle went up, I love the move out of Winchester when he basically crippled his economy to buy enough stone to get this second castle up, just to push MBL off of this stone. What an absolute baller champion move. And that's why he takes the W. I mean, that's just, who would think to cripple their own economy to buy 400 stone right when you're putting on the aggression and you need all the resources you can get, every ounce of gold, every morsel of meat to train your units. And he goes and he wrecks it all just to get up another castle, just to lame his opponent's stone. This could have been handled a little bit better. And by the way, MBL sees that he's taking the stone, right? There were no Malian camels at all, which could have, with Farimba, maybe put up a defense for Lechai. I'm not sure who wins that battle. A Latus versus a Farimba heavy camel. But in any event, it is Winchester who takes the W. Everyone, thank you so much for watching and joining and commenting and participating. I can't believe this lasted 3.5 hours. I'm exhausted just watching this. I can't believe these players actually have to play this and then make their split-second decisions and then deal with the ramifications so that some wise ass like me can sit in a chair in his underwear at 11 p.m. about to order Popeyes and say, oh, you should have done this, you should have done that, you should have gone this way, you should have gone that way. But in any event, honestly, Doc, absolutely impressive from both players. Like crazy how enjoyable these games have been. Chester, have a fantastic night. Nobody does Castle Age Ram pushes anymore. They all just want to go Imperial and Treb pushes. Could be. I think we've seen a few Ram pushes, but no, you might be right. They might have been Imperial Ram pushes, like Siege Rams. But in any event, everyone, thank you for joining. On your way out, if you haven't done so, please do hit that like button. I'm already feeling bad that Canada lost to Argentina in soccer or football. I'm of course just kidding. I don't give a rat's ass. And hopefully we'll catch you tomorrow for some more games. Like I said, if I can find the games, I will cast them. And the two exciting sets tomorrow, Viper and Mr. Yo, should be super fun to watch. And I believe the Viper did have his wife did give birth. I think I saw a post on Reddit. So congratulations to the Viper. If he ever stumbles upon this live stream, congrats on the newborn. Have fun not sleeping in the next year and a half. And everyone, have a fantastic night. I'll see you hopefully tomorrow. Take care.